Initiating System 1. Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast on Thursday night for our regular group chat. Because even though my computer hates working, hates life, and hates being a computer in general, it seems to enjoy the group chats because it seems to function diggity-boo on a Thursday night for some reason.
Because they're entertaining.
It likes us. It really likes us. Anyway,
Yay!
we're taking a not complete break from horror tonight. It is somewhat horror related because there are some sort of horror-ish episodes of Firefly. Serenity's got all of the Reavers and dark stuff going on, and Cowboys and Aliens is a horror movie.
And the works of Shan Yu.
And the works of and the works of Shan Yu. But yeah, as was discussed last week, Buzz had evidently in the 21 years since Firefly came out had not seen Firefly. So I was like, you should.
I was going to say I was 21 years old. I was like, I wish I was 21 years old.
You should go see Firefly. So he did. I don't have the exact conversation in front of me because I forgot to grab a screen grab. But I will give you a rough indication before we get into the news bits as to exactly what... it'll give you an indication of how good Firefly actually is. I mailed Buzz, or Buzz mailed me, and he was like, is it just the first season of Firefly recovering, or is it the movie of Firefly recovering? And I was like, we're covering both. And another movie that fits in with a Firefly theme. Then he was like, you're crazy, motherfucker. That's like 14 hours at 45 minutes apiece. I don't know, can I get all of that done? Then I was like, why don't you mail Giz? He'll give you a couple of episodes that'll give you a good gist for the show, because we're only going to be covering season 1 in one segment. That should be fine. 2 days later, Buzz, I pretty much finished the season now. I've only got like a couple of episodes left. Are you addicted to it? Yes, I am. Summer does nothing. Wait for the movie. It'll all fucking fill out there. And it is. So that's what you got. Looking forward to coming up tonight. We're going to be talking about season 1 of Firefly. We're going to be getting into a little bit of the history as to why it got cancelled. Oh, Fox, you son of a bitch. And several other little bits. We're going to be going into Serenity, which is the cherry on the cake that is Firefly, that ties up a couple of loose ends that were left due to the season getting cancelled after one season, or the show getting cancelled after one season, should I say. And after that, we're going to be going into Cowboys and Aliens, because fits with the team, because it's Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeehaw, motherfuckers.
Yes, but first, as is customary, we have news. I'm trying to think, should we start with the news of the... 2 seconds.
The news of the news.
I was saying, should we start with the news of the Mortal Kombat or end with that?
That'll probably be the longest bit. So
Well,
we may
you've mentioned it now.
that one.
Okay. I just,
right.
we're probably going to do a proper trailer reaction for this next week or at some stage. But I just want opinions off everyone. Has everyone seen it here? And in the chat, has anyone seen it yet? You've all seen it. Okay. What are our opinions on it?
I don't really I didn't really pay much too attention to the story. I just watched all the gory goodness.
Yeah.
So I like the gory goodness, but I'm sure the story sucks.
I don't think you can really get a hang for the story in the trailer,
I
though.
can get a hang for where the discrepancies and what should be going on would be.
Well, they have tattoos.
They're not tattoos. They're
You have twos?
They're birthmarks.
Or birth. Well, they said they're
The birthmarks.
Oh,
Which that's a new
birthmark.
thing.
Gotcha.
And so, but then somebody else says they're not a birthmark. It's to say that you have been chosen.
From
Okay,
birth, which makes it a birthmark.
fine.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat.
Does the trailer look all pretty?
Yes.
Yes. Does Goro look overly CGI? Yes. Does Jax's arms look worse than they did in Mortal Kombat Armageddon? I'm sorry,
I'm not
but
100%
yes.
sure, but I'm definitely willing to take the conversation on board. I'll put it that way. They're not much better if they're not much worse.
I will say, though, they kind of look... it kind of seemed like they were trying to go a little bit more realistic this time.
Transformers.
Well, if realistic
robotic.
was the vibe they were going for, epic fail.
I just meant in the kind of Terminator-esque robotic hand compared to his smooth, pretty arms
It's not.
from
It's
kind of
not
back
that.
in the
It's not so.
day.
It's not so much that his arms look shit. It's the fact that you can blatantly tell that man's got CGI arms on. Do you know what I mean? They look terribly CGI'd on. I mean, even in Armageddon, they made the fake rubber arms they made for your man in Armageddon actually look better than the. I think I'm not fully decided. The little Terminator hand bit looks cool.
Look,
I don't know.
maybe
It's weird because sometimes the CGI looks bad in the trailer, and sometimes it looks good. I don't know. Looking through the Sub-Zero fight, as they were moving around and stuff, those moments look
The
good.
Sub-Zero fight looks like it's going to kick fucking ass, which I'm totally down for.
Right. You know what I mean? But there's plenty of CGI moments in there where he's making a wall and stuff like that it looked good.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. I think it's going to be one of those movies where
Is that your
I
chloroform?
burped in the mask and it all got trapped in my face.
it was weird because all the smoke came out the back of my spliff, and I was like, then you started coughing as it happened, and I was like, what the?
I was trying to be a bandit, but then I burped and it backfired badly.
you were a terrible bandito.
Yes.
I don't know. I like the trailer.
Yeah, I don't.
I honestly, if I hadn't read the story details, I'd probably be a little bit more
It's the story
enthusiastic
details
about
and then
it.
seeing them come to fruition in film are what are worrying me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I do understand by it the whole because when that part came up in the trailer, oh, you're the chosen. I'm like, oh, why do we have? There's more than enough people. We
There's
could have
also the
done
funny
without.
fact that it's like you're the chosen one, and then it's like, who the fuck's Liu Kang so? Because last time I checked, like Liu Kang, unless this is a different Mortal Kombat, but everyone seems to be only getting introduced to Mortal Kombat as the movie goes along.
No, I think it's just the new guy is being introduced, whereas all the other characters know about it already.
Well, then, maybe I'm not as pissed off as I thought I was.
Yeah,
And I think the mark is less he's the chosen one and he is one of the chosen ones that has to defend the realm.
There's just some weird character changes around. Like, as you and I were discussing, the fact that, like, Kano visibly appears to be on the human side opposed to working with Shadow.
Shao Kahn.
Shang Tsung or Shao Kahn.
Both, technically. What
Shadow.
was the name of the group he was with? Shadow?
yeah.
Oh, the Red Dragons.
Red Dragon. Thank you. I don't know where I got Shadow from.
No, for some reason, I was
Also,
thinking it was
Kano's
like
using
Shadow
his metal face, which I'm very miffed about.
could get it later on in the movie.
But he's already got the
Maybe.
laser eye, though.
Oh,
Yeah, but if he goes in a fight against Scorpion and Scorpion peels off half his face,
Yeah, that's true.
once again, this is my
I
imagination
don't know,
getting in
like-
No,
trouble.
but that
Like,
that
this could,
seems
you know,
like it's
like-
plausible.
A lot of
You
what
know,
I say seems
also-
like it's plausible. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
you never know what so many things can be set up to where, like, hey, this is gonna fucking kill, and we're gonna get a sequel. So, like, Kano gets hurt to where he's gonna come back in
yeah.
the
I'll
sequel
put it
and
this way:
like
I just found it. I
fucking
just
bombs, and all of a sudden
I
we
ju-
get that
I just
sequel.
found it an odd move, considering like one of the video games I remember had Kano where he just had a red eye. He didn't have like the metal face, and fans went fucking ape. Yeah.
sure.
Like they were like, Kano's supposed to have a metal face. They were literally like they were autistic on it. Like it's just like, here it is. It was like, don't like your game. Kano's
Wow.
supposed to have a metal face. Yeah, but like you can tell he's got the robot thing underneath because he's got the red eye. Can we? Yeah. Okay. Cool. He's supposed to have a metal face.
Oh shit!
The internet is a funny
I can't
place.
remember
wrong
which
with
game it
that
was. It
news?
may have even been one of the first Mortal Kombat DC crossovers or something. Maybe I can't remember exactly what game it was off the top of my head. But there was one, and people went buck fucking ape anyway when he had the no face. I don't know. The trailer, the fight sequences are going to be good. I'm going to put that out there right now. It looks like it's going
Yeah.
to kick ass in that way. And you got Tony Jaa in there, so. No, you
Dude,
don't have
I
Tony
did look
Jaa in there.
forward to
That's fucking
playing,
Monster Hunter. Sorry.
Scorpion.
Yeah. I was like, how did I miss Tony Jaa being in Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat? What?
Oh god, we're gonna have to review that at some stage. If you want to tune in for an
Spoiler alert.
episode where I do a giz in it and I start having fucking thrown my pram toys out of the pram.
We had a conversation earlier, and I was just describing stuff, and Johnny was going on a rant, and I was just sitting there going, and now you understand how I feel about the boys and Preacher and any number. Yeah, but it did it differently because it only made minor changes. Oh, you mean like this being minor change, but that completely changed everything, just like this completely changed everything. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I'll put it this way: the ones in Preacher didn't offend me as much as the ones in fucking this.
Because you didn't know about them. The same way I don't know about what's changed in Monster Hunter, and you do. Therefore, it's
I
ticking
read
you off.
all of Preacher.
And how are you not angry that they completely, utterly bollocksed up everything about it?
Some bits I was kind of like, why the fuck would you do that? But for the most part, I was kind of like, okay, they're trying to make the story flow a little bit quicker for TV. I get the methodology behind it.
I was the exact opposite. For some bits, I was like, okay, this works. And for the most of it, I was like, why?
Yeah. Well,
For
for
3
anyone who's ever
seasons.
seen,
Season 3
for
is
anyone
alright,
who's ever
there's 4
seen
seasons of it.
or played a Monster Hunter game, Giz, who hasn't played a Monster Hunter game, still managed to turn around after watching it and go,
Oh, yeah.
it's just Resident Evil with dinosaurs, really, isn't it? And I was like, yes, which I literally called when I saw the trailer. I was like, this is just going to be, I don't know why these soldiers are here. That makes no sense. And most importantly, this is just going to be Resident Evil with dinosaurs, except that contrary to the fact that there's been a load of people there who've literally been training their whole life to hunt the monsters, Mila Jovovich shows up with a shotgun and fucking lo and behold, she's the fucking monster hunter.
To be fair, she's not alone.
Yeah.
She does have Tony Jaa, because Tony Jaa actually is a monster hunter.
You don't say.
I swear, her old man just writes movies for
Yes,
her to
he
be
does.
in.
He does.
Lucky.
What? Look. Anyway, they're the two miscellaneous random news bits out of the fucking way, relatively quickly. Right. Okay. Into the actual fucking news bits for the night. So first, oh, that's the wrong one. First up, we have. First up, we have Wednesday Addams. I'm assuming is this about the new Netflix series that's coming out, even though it's animated? You have a real life girl there.
It's not animated.
It's
Not animated? Oh my god, the
Live
poster
action.
for it looked like it was.
There is a live action. There is a live action series that's going to be about Wednesday as she starts to attend Nevermore Academy. It's described as being a sleuthing, supernatural infused mystery charting Wednesday Adams' years as a student.
Which
It's
sounded
being,
cool.
yeah, it's being done by Tim Burton.
Which
So
kind of added a couple points.
yeah. Now here there is something in the synopsis that automatically made me go, ugh, which I'll let you figure it out. It's relatively quickly.
That's the same spot.
Wednesday- Wednesday attempts to master her emerging psychic ability, thwart a monstrous killing spree that has terrorized the local town, and solve the supernatural mystery embroiled in her parents 25 years ago, all while navigating her new, very tangled relationships. So it was that first one that had me going,
Dude,
what?
I saw the headline and I was like, holy shit. And I clicked on the article and I'm reading. I'm like, yeah. Psychic. What the fuck?
She just sounds killing stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, cool. This is kind of like some fucking Wednesday Addams Scooby-Doo shit with supernatural. This will be
We're
fun.
froze up for a sec. Just give it a second.
Honing her
Yeah, we're,
psych.
back. We're okay. It's
Chica.
going to be. It'll just be me reminding you when we freeze occasionally. They seem to be quick, so let it slide.
You know, I was like, cool. Some supernatural Scooby-Doo Addams
Yeah,
shit.
as I said,
Abilities?
because I
fuck
think I was
that
frozen while I said it. She just there's no psychic ability. She just kills people like normal folk do with a knife and a smile on their face.
Yep.
You guys,
She.
you guys
I
gotta
mean,
be more like
that's
me
the
and give
reason why
things a
she's been my
chance.
crush since I was 4 years old.
No.
What
No,
you say? We got to be more
no.
like you and give things a
If
chance.
this was like female,
D-
if
Yeah.
this was like
None of us
female
are saying
chick
that-
A, that they just
all this has
Like,
been is
I feel-
negativity on things that you don't know.
Oh
if
no,
it's gonna
Monster
be good or
Hunter
not.
is confirmed.
You know, right?
Well, that
I
yes.
Mortal Kombat, I've said I'm quite willing to wait for the movie to come out. There just seems to be some glaring storyline discrepancies that are irking me as a major Mortal Kombat fan off the bat. Number one. Number two.
Right.
And number three,
This,
nobody's
however, after-
said this is going to be shit or anything. We just said it's a little bit questionable about the...
Carter
We're
was.
wondering about the fact that she's all of a sudden psychic after,
Thank you.
what is it, 50 years worth? Because let's not
Right.
forget, the Addams Family's been around since the 70s, 60s? 60s,
Yeah,
64.
but do you want to see the same thing all the time?
This
I
wouldn't
would
be
love
the
to
same
see an
thing, like,
accurate representation of the character that I've fucking grown up with.
Then
And quite
watch
honestly,
the
had a crush on
original.
since I was 4 years old.
This could be a new representation. It's just
It
like
could.
it's their attempt to like what fill the Sabrina Teenage Witch that's getting ready to get canceled
the-
here pretty
that's the
soon.
vibe I
So,
get.
The
like,
character
it's just,
doesn't need to be a
Look,
psychic.
let's... Look, it's Adam's... hang
She
on.
could be Dexter.
It's... Look, right? Look. I'm aware that it's a little bit off-brand about the fucking psychic abilities as much as you are. I totally agree. That's not canon. The relationships bit, adult Wednesday Addams showed us that the actual adult Wednesday Addams, not a really adult Wednesday Addams, just to clarify, before Giz fucking interjects with anything. But adult Wednesday Addams has shown that there's quite a comedic side to seeing fucking young Wednesday going off and trying to date normal blokes. That poor lad in the supermarket being one fucking pop into mind. Bad day at the office for that bloke. I'm going to put it out there with that way. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm all okay with that. I'm not giving out. I'm quite happy to see where these things go. And most importantly, before everyone has a wobbler about it, it's being directed by Tim Burton. So I feel there will be a love for the thing. Although I do agree with Carter, I am getting some major, we need something to fill Sabrina, even though we told people we're cancelling Sabrina.
right.
Just you did pick up on the part that this isn't adult Wednesday, this is teenager Wednesday.
Which could still be fun. I mean, like
I know,
Roach
I know,
just comes
but
in
just
there with,
that-
look,
that
we've all
might be-
established over the years, or no, sorry. Look, Giz doesn't like change. We have been over this. It's established. People know. All right, what's
Yeah,
going on,
it's
brother?
canon.
Hello from Texas, or hello to Texas, should I say? Just saying hello to the new
So no,
peeps that
like,
popped in the chat.
you look at whatever the fuck. I think it was the second one where she went off to like summer camp.
That's a
Yeah.
Like
That's
I'm
fine old time.
totally on board for like seeing her in like strange elements, or even if it's some like kind of monster hype around her, kind of in her own element. Like it could be cool. My only issue is
Yeah,
the whole
that's-
psychic thing. It's like
Yeah, that's the only
doesn't
bit that's
work.
tripping me up a little bit.
we
is the
killed our
psychic thing.
fucking cash cow Sabrina, and now
Just
we're
to
just trying
clarify,
to fill
Buzz,
it.
just before
We-
you feel attacked or anything again, we're not against it. We're just a little bit querying as to
Yeah.
No, I was just
I know.
like stirring the pot. That's
It just
all. That's the only reason why.
seems that rather than giving us
I'm kind of against it.
a teenage version of Dexter operating in a school, solving crimes while at the same time quite probably making certain bad people go away, we're
Right,
instead
like,
getting a psychic version. So it's
I was just
but like it seems
I was just being a
but,
bandit,
the
stealing.
thing
but I definitely would like to have seen kind of like more of a Dexter style, like just something more fitting to
The thing-
her
the
character
thing
of
as well
what
is,
we've known.
like, not trying to just harp on about adult Wednesday Addams the whole time, but I mean, as in, it doesn't need the psychic elements. I mean, there was 3 seasons of adult Wednesday Addams that like barely scraped 2 seasons, sorry, that barely scraped the surface of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of potential there for just Wednesday Addams moving out on her own and just seeing her trying to just deal with everyday life, because they don't do it normally, as we've established in the Addams family. Well, I say, sorry. What is normal?
Yeah,
Because I won't lie to you.
no, normal is point of view. Like I love to say, sanity is a point of view, and some of us enjoy having a very few or skewed perspective.
See,
Rochi, you just missed us having a rant about the trailer.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah, yeah.
I was typing that out. I was like, yeah, you just missed like the whole
Yeah.
mixed emotion thing we had
It
going
looks
on.
pretty. The arms don't look good. I'm very confused as to why he's making a dragon come out of the ground, and I'm also confused as to where. Oh no, I got it.
that.
But I am super stoked to see the whole Sub-Zero and Scorpio
I'm
fights.
gonna pay my
Those
money to
things
go
are
see
sick.
Sub-Zero beat the piss out of Scorpion, or vice versa. It looks good.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it on HBO Max and not pay anything because I pay HBO Max
fucking-
money.
So you're
other
paying
things.
something.
I'm paying for HBO Max. I'm not specifically paying.
No,
for
but you're paying for the
Mortal
HBO
Kombat.
Max services, Mortal Kombat included.
Yeah,
I'm
hold on.
gonna wait for it to
I'm a
come out on
man.
HBO Max.
Yeah, I am. Look, as I said, I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to pay my couple of
glasses
bucks
are
because
steaming.
I won't lie to you. He kicked that guy through an ice wall, and it looked good. You know what I mean? That
No,
was
The
my
world
opinion
needs
on it.
more ice walls.
Ice walls all the way. I wouldn't mind if
we
they
have-
stuck to the story a little bit. That'd be all right. You know,
That'll do, pig.
that'll do, pig. I've also learned a valuable lesson from watching the trailer that bad prosthetic robotic arms and bad CGI robotic arms look very similar.
Rochi pointed out that Jax's arms didn't look good in the '93 either.
We discussed that.
Rochi, they are keeping it canon. I think you'll find they're not.
You did see the part where they're introducing a whole new guy specifically for the movie because apparently Mortal Kombat over its 11 game history didn't have enough characters to choose from.
I think that was a joke about the arms, guys.
Oh, right. Sorry, that makes a lot of sense.
Sorry.
I thought he was talking
Oh,
about the.
okay.
I thought he was trying to tell me they are keeping the movie canon. I was like, have you read the synopsis for the movie? Guy we've never
My
heard
bad.
of before realizes after many years, I've got a birthmark. Whatever could this mean? He randomly runs into a hot blonde
It
chick, and
means-
she's like, "That's a sign that we all have. It means that you need to go off onto this island because there's an evil realm of people trying to merge their realm with our realm, and we are a bunch of freedom fighters for Earth who are going to go off and beat the shit out of some peeps and send them back on their
long
merry
story
way."
short, it means Mortal
There we go, yeah.
Kombat.
The canon was about the arms.
More
Yeah.
coffee,
Saw
done
that.
and done.
Anyway,
No, I'll
moving on to
definitely
the
check
next
out.
story.
I'll definitely check out the Adams or the Wednesday Adams thing. I'm just a little put off by the psychic thing, but I am looking forward
See
to
how it
checking
goes.
it out. Right.
As long as it doesn't turn into a whole psychic thing, as in there's just a little bit,
Right.
You know, I'm okay for change. It's just when it's kid's got an eye twitch there. He's going to tell that to fucking Monster Hunter. I'm okay with change. I'm okay with the change when it is applicable. Fucking randomly adding some fucking military soldiers who get zapped over to Monster Hunter world.
It's about as
I'm
bizarre
already-
as randomly adding in a character that is absolutely 100% dead in a comic into a TV
I
series.
agreed
just to
with
make it
you
more
on the
pizzazzy.
boys, okay? Jesus
I'm more of like the old ways
Christ.
were. Why do we got to change?
I agreed with you on the boys.
Anyway.
I said it's got nothing to do with
I'm
the
more of
comic
the
books
ways
anymore,
is-
but I'm enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? Preacher, sure, it took some side turns, but god damn it, when they went back to Jesse's home, it was fucking canon, and I loved it. Canon-ish.
See,
One
I couldn't
season
finish
Canon-ish.
Preacher.
for 3 seasons of, oh my God, what did you
I
do?
watched all of Breaking Bad, okay? And I'm just going to leave that hanging there to
Yes,
explain.
Jesse's girl.
If there,
I couldn't even finish Preacher.
The comic or the
The
series?
show. Seriously.
anyway,
I season 3 was anyway. on
next
to
up,
the next
next up
news
on the
thingy.
news bits, it's a guy, and I'm pretty sure he's frozen and or drowning slowly.
Actually, that's a frozen zombie. Kind
Good.
of.
I was
ish.
right the first time. Perfect.
Kind of. Coming from Wasabi Films, Brain Freeze is a Zomcom written and directed by Julian Naffel. This is going to be fun,
Is
I think.
Zomcom the zombie equivalent of
exclusive-
Romcom, by the way, just to clarify?
Have you only
assume
got that?
zombie-
Yeah, no,
Zombie.
I never knew they
Yeah.
were called. No. Is it a zombie comedy? Or is it like a zombie romantic comedy?
I figured that'd be a rom-com.
Wow, that's too many words.
Is it? Is there such
Or
a thing? I would have
Zomrom.
thought that Zomcom was the zombie romantic comedy and just zombie
No,
movie.
that's
Okay.
no, a Zomcom is a zombie
Okay,
comedy movie like
I'm
Shaun
less,
of the Dead.
I'm less worried now.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was like that fucking Warm Bodies or something like that. What was it?
Why would I? Why would I?
Warm
Why would
Warm
I?
Bodies would
bother
definitely be a
like that?
Zom-Rom.
Anyway, that's not what this is, so relax. It's just a comedy about zombies set at a golf club, apparently a very exclusive golf club that's hired a biotech company to develop a certain fertilizer that will melt away the snow so the members can enjoy 18 holes of golf all year
There's
round.
bodies buried under the golf
Unfortunately-
course, and those ways of melting the snow are really good at melting snow, but raising bodies.
No,
Okay, this one actually sounds good.
Well, remind me to write that script later, because evidently I'm wrong, but we've come
Right.
up with a new movie idea, so...
no. In this one, the treatment contaminates the local water supply and turns most of the locals into zombies until teenage Andre, played by Lanny Bedard, is left to fend for himself and his baby sister Annie. The film option will be distributing the film in Canada. Apparently there's a proof concept kind of trailer thingy that was made 5 years ago as a way of financing the project, which finally evidently happened. So yeah, it sets. Wasabi Films will be launching sales next month. Yeah, we'll be launching sale next month. Says virtual.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So golf playing zombies trying to kill everybody.
Just zombies
Well-
trying to kill people on a frozen golf course.
Yeah,
I mean, so they're kind of playing a game on a golf course. Kill them
Yeah,
all.
game of- Eat the human.
I'm just really trying to make this sound cooler than it is. It's not hooking me.
That is a
just
definite
thinking
poo-poo
of-
from Carter.
It's a poo-poo.
I'm just thinking of films like Cockneys versus Zombies.
Oh God, that was
That's
good
a great
one.
movie. It's
But
a
that's
match,
what-
but with dead people.
Yeah.
And Black Sheep.
That
There's a
was
lot of fun. There's a lot of fun that can
Black
be had.
Sheep,
with Zane.
dude.
There's a lot
with
of fun.
Chris
that can be had
Farley
with
and
Zane
David Spade. Great movie.
That was good too.
Sorry. What?
What?
That Black Sheep was good also, Buzz. But then there's the zombie Black Sheep.
Wait. What
Yeah,
Black Sheep are you on about?
Chris Farley and
It's
David
Chris
Spade,
Farley and David Spade.
where his son, his dad's running for governor.
Oh, and
Yeah,
David
some kind
Spade's
of-
like the fucking governor's not sidekick, apprentice.
Yeah, and he has to make sure that Chris Farley's not a big
Yeah,
oof.
as in
and he
keep Chris
always
Farley away
is.
from my campaign, basically. Yes. I forgot the name of that was Black
Yeah.
Sheep.
So both Black Sheep films are good. One gory.
Can I
good,
get a
the other
hashtag?
just
Remember Chris
funny
Farley
good.
right there, by the way, because that man was the bomb.
Hashtag.
Chris Farley. If you, I like how the two Saturday Night Live guys fucking knew what I did straight away. If you know, you know. I'm going to just leave it out there. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. It's got the schwaz in it. It'll give you a clue. Makes it much better. Anyway, that was the last news bit. No, it's not the last news bit. Last news bit. We got a picture of a lad on a train, and I believe it's on the way to Boston.
Oh,
I believe
this
that's
one's
pronounced
crazy.
Busan. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
should.
Timo Chianto has been hired to direct the remake. I'm just impressed
He's
I got
very
it right.
proud of himself.
What?
Yeah. I would have butchered it. I'd been still reading it.
I handle
Anyway,
Eastern
he's
European
been
names, and
hired-
Giz handles the Asian ones. It's been a tried and tested method for the last numerous amounts of years.
I feel
That's
this
why I
one
like
might be
when
Latin.
Buzz takes the news on Tuesdays.
I feel this one might be Latin America, or yeah, it might be Latin American.
I butcher it all.
Well, the last
I'm
name
not-
definitely wasn't Latin American.
Timo Chianto.
Or maybe it is Latin American.
When he says it like that.
No,
it
the
does
Tito's
sound like-
definitely.
Timo, yeah, and then it's TJAHJANTO.
Oh, right. Yeah,
so
no, sorry, that's not. Yeah.
Chianto. Anyway, as I was saying, he's been hired to do the inevitable Americanization of Train to Busan. I say Americanization because that's what we're.
Just
like,
gonna
it's
say
the only way
real
of putting
quick.
it.
Just gonna say this real quick for anybody else. Yes, we know we fuck up all films when we try to do it our way. I'm just gonna put that on the fucking table.
Americans.
Oh, good.
anyway,
I'm so glad you acknowledge that
own that.
because sometimes it's like you don't know.
No, we know. We just think we can do better next time,
Nope.
apparently, and we just don't fucking
You
stop.
can't.
Nope. You
No, I
kind of
know.
did okay with the
Just really
ring,
wish-
and you just fucking considered yourselves
didn't.
way better at things than you were.
Mm.
Anyway,
You pushed a button there.
for those unfamiliar with Chianto's work, he is a co-director of Macabre, as well as VHS 2. One of the shorts in that, I think, Safe Haven, maybe. He did The Night Comes for Us. May the Devil
Isn't
Take
Safe
You.
Haven the one with the cult?
Possibly.
The
I don't
Asian
know.
cult.
Excuse me.
In VHS
Yeah.
2?
Hold on.
I don't know. I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
It's like a Korean cult or something like
Safe
that. Some
Haven.
American.
Yeah, it is. It's where the film crew goes into the compound
That's a fucking. Okay.
while father is being interviewed. All hell breaks loose. That was good.
Yep. My
I dug that.
confidence has been restored a little bit because, god damn,
Yeah.
that was actually.
Because that was
That was
fucked up. I
possibly
dug
my
it.
favorite segment out of that whole second VHS. The second one's
Yeah.
one with the fucking
What?
the first person zombie movie as well, isn't it?
Right.
Yes, the first one with the
Yeah.
bike.
It's
bike
a toss up between
bicyclist, I
those
think.
two on VHS too.
The Alien one was pretty decent
The
one
Alien
too.
one I've seen
See,
in
I-
something else.
American version of
wasn't
Train
into
to
that
Busan
one.
is being produced by. What?
Nothing. You just started talking, but we were still talking.
Yeah, I know, because I was trying to get on with things before we get bogged down. I was going to say that, and this is something that I think you will want to talk about. It's being produced by Atomic Monsters, which is James Wan's studio.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. So you know what? I'm actually kind of, sort of, almost okay with this. I've always been in ABCs of Death, VHS 2, fucking Hit and Run. I dug that one.
What did he?
So he's got more than just
What
a
did he do
couple
in ABC's of Death?
under him. Segment L for Limbido, and I don't fucking remember it.
Oh, that's the one where it has the guys wanking, sitting on chairs. Do you remember? And they used to keep bringing out weird shit in front of them, but they still had to keep wanking.
No, it's been a long time. Like seriously, I
They-
did
they
not like
basically-
ABCs
They
of Death
basically
at all.
kidnap people, put them in these chairs, and yet they have to keep like going at it. And they might bring a kid out in front of them, but they still have to keep going at it. Or the one stage to bring out this chick, and she's got like amputated arms and legs, but they still have to keep beating it. And whoever stops beating it gets their head blown off. And then they'll just wheel. Then they'll just wheel in another dude and wheel out another fucking thing for you to keep beating it too, and just keep beating it. I think that's that
All
one.
right. But
Rochi
like,
figures
he's written and directed a lot of good shit, so I'm kind of cool with it.
Yep.
Broachy figures the name of the remake is probably going to be like Last Train to Portland or something.
You're right.
I think it's
Probably.
still being set.
I would see it.
I think it's still been set in Asia, and it's Busan. It's just an American remake.
Ah.
Oh God! All right, that kind of makes it worse again. I don't know.
Like I'll put it this way. All of
Yeah, it's such a roller coaster of
I'll put
emotions
it this way:
right now.
all of the branding and stuff I've seen over the last couple of months, where there's been talks about this Train to Busan remake, it's been a Train to Busan remake. There's been no talks of another title.
Well, because they
If
may
they
not.
call it anything else, people will be just like, nope.
Yeah, well then you can't have it outside of Busan.
If they advertise it as being a remake, then just before they release it, they can change the name to whatever the frack they want, and people will still know it's a remake.
That's not how branding works, bro.
Rochi says, I think Johnny's recalling something he was watching for the horror porn vid.
I'm not. It's literally in the ABCs of death. Have you ever seen the ABCs of death? That's probably not even the most outlandish fucking description of a movie from it I could give.
Yeah, there was some
There's
fucked up
Do you
ones.
remember
in
the
that
chick
shit.
with
I
the?
will
Do you remember the
that.
farting chick where she like farts
Yes.
this toxic gas, and then the gas takes over everything, and then herself and her teacher, who she's madly in love with, end up in her colon?
I believe so. Like that whole thing just got
Yeah,
really.
believe me, I didn't
out
imagine
there.
this. It etched into my brain for life. Some of them not for good reasons, but they're there.
Oh,
For life. Bam, bam, bam,
I'm wearing a Lego
bam.
t-shirt.
Sorry, I
Like-
was into B1.
that's why I never got around to ABC's Death too, because I was like, one was me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one from ABC's Death. I didn't imagine this from the horror porn episode, by the way. Also, thanks for watching the horror porn episode. I appreciate that because we put a lot of work into that. I nearly lost my relationship and my mind.
Yeah.
My computer was not.
In that
computer
order.
was not working for any of the editing of that episode, and it was a slow, drawn-out process of me slowly losing my mind while people got railed on my computer. And my beautiful fiance was just like, "It'll be okay. It won't be okay. There's things that can't be unseen." There's things that can't be unseen. She bit that guy's
that
winky
spider
do
chick.
off, and
Jesus
she
fuck.
didn't give a fuck about it, and it's in there.
Oh, she did. She did give a fuck about it. She loved it because she got bathed in blood.
Oh, Lord.
Oh lordy, lordy lord. Okay, yeah. So Train to Busan. I'm kind of with you, Carter. I'm willing to give it a go.
Yeah, I just, like I said, man, I wish we wouldn't try to put the American spin on it, because like you thought that we did pretty decent with The Ring, but I still like, there's so much more
Really?
in those films when you watch the original Asian versions that we just kind of like bastardize and try to like fill in for more gore or something stupid, that you lose so much of the like actual goodness of the story.
The only thing that Americans are good for is adding more things on burgers to be fat.
I will give that. Okay. Or finding new ways to like deep fry shit.
Yes.
Like deep fried fucking.
Yes.
Oh no,
And
sorry.
blown.
Hang on.
At least you haven't tried deep fried haggis. Go check out the Scots for that.
No, hang on.
Oh.
Hang on, boys. Hang on. Strap in, right? Long before donuts. Oh no, wait,
Battered
probably
haggis,
not
that
long
was it.
before donuts. But if you want to talk about, you see, donuts. Although they're a deep fried donut, I suppose. Although donuts are kind of deep
Bars
fried
back.
anyway, aren't they? Yeah.
Right.
They have-
So
Much, yeah.
somebody actually figured out how to like do that shit twice.
Yeah.
Like
They-
I just
They batter.
Genius.
They batter shit over here, man. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever had a battered Mars bar?
You
no.
ever been battered by a battered Mars bar?
It's hot and soggy.
And it hurts when someone slaps you across the face from across a fucking cafeteria.
Why would that happen?
Motherfucker. Because
See,
you're a
I-
Because
teenager,
we're in
motherfucker.
Ireland.
Why
That's
wouldn't it
what
happen?
happens in Ireland. People are violent to each
I'm still
other.
looking to try to find my first deep fried Twinkie. So they're not as easy to find around as you would think.
It's all right though. I got them all
Just get a
back.
deep fryer and
Have
just
a chip.
start
Yeah,
throwing
no bother.
shit in it.
Covered in salt. Go ahead and die on it.
Oh,
That's just a big concept.
I think Rochi might have just hit the nail on the head. Okay, so if they're going to keep it as the same name as in Train to Busan, it's probably going to be a US tourist backpacking in Asia stuck on a zombie-ridden train, and one of them is probably going to be an ex-military guy and a Barbie Instagrammer.
See, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that makes perfect fucking
Is
sense
he
for like, some
making the
dumbass.
movie, or...
Yeah,
But it
That
fits. When you look at
sounds-
some of the shit that we've redone, we've always got, like, you know, that one person that just happens to be backpacking or delivering a package that had no fucking business in that area other than that one fucking job that gets trapped to, like, save everybody around them.
I just threw open my soul a little bit with that description. It's all right. I'm fine.
That's-
I'm good.
That's an achievement.
yeah, that's pretty.
Not in a good way.
It wouldn't surprise me for the other person to be like some fucking Instagrammer or some shit that will record all of these balanced.
YouTuber.
Right.
Look at this flash mob. They're so totally cool with their makeup. Oh my god, he's trying to
Flash mob's
bite
still
me.
a thing.
Kids,
I don't know.
I don't know.
please never do.
Please never be Barbie girl.
Please
ever
never
again.
Barbie girl again, ever, please.
But I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. It's fantastic. Look at plastic.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Ladies and
The
gentlemen,
back
we,
cover
we
of that is fantastic.
Come on, Barbie,
we
let's
go-
go party. Do you know why?
we go
Do you know why that
places.
cover does well? Because it fucks with the right bits, but keeps the bit that everybody loves, which is I don't give a fuck about the rest of the lyrics. It's just the big deep voice going, "Come on, Barbie,
Come on,
let's
Barbie,
go party."
let's go party.
yeah.
They had another song covered by a band called Ray of Light that's actually really, really good. The Ray of Light cover. I can't remember which one it is. It's not Barbie Girl. It's Candy or something.
Ooh,
I don't know.
that's. I don't know.
Anyway, are we done with the news? Can we get on to the meat and bones of this here
Yeah,
potato?
I'm pretty sure I ended the news there a couple of minutes ago, and then Rochi did a comment, and I was like, "Okay, sure, we'll read that."
I gotta
comment."
become a bandit again.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I'm getting. My glasses
Hey,
are
if it
fogged,
makes Buzzes
so it's hard to
happy.
see.
Let buzzes be.
I want to wear my
outlaw.
mask, and no one's going to stop me.
Right.
Except he will stop himself when he once again burps inside of his mask.
Yeah, that will stop.
I nearly
shit
melted
really
my
quick.
face off.
Then when you can't hear me,
Ah,
messing up my
I'm
mustache.
trying to think of a handwriting filter.
moustache. Trying to think of
So
an
I'm
I'm trying
Android
to
what?
think of a handwriting font for the Firefly logo that I'm putting on the screen, and I'm like, I can't remember what any of these fonts are.
You know what would have been perfect, and I didn't think about it. Me and Carter should have had some cool like saloon doors.
No, I
behind
made a
us.
set, and we're sticking with
Like
it
we
now.
were- Okay, that's fine.
That's it. Also, if anything,
Yes,
it shouldn't have
boss.
been saloon doors. It should have been a fucking spaceship.
Oh,
Mm.
So- you
Either
said
is
we're
applicable.
starting with Cowboys and
Yeah,
Aliens.
because it's a Firefly episode, so we'll do the Fireflies last.
Cool. Just get out of the way and talk about the good shit.
Okay.
So, Carter
once
didn't
upon a
like
time, there
Cowboys
was an
versus
independent
Aliens
comic.
anyway. I got me a sneaky feeling.
I was going to say. Yeah, once upon a time
We're
there
gonna
was
keep the same short.
once upon a time there was an independent comic called Cowboys versus Aliens, which originally started out as a pitch for a film, then years later got made into a comic that then, because it was a comic, got made into a film that they changed a couple of bits and pieces about. But the essentials is, in the old Western times, a bunch of aliens arrive on and start fucking shit up for people, including amnesiac fucking Daniel Craig, who's woke up in the middle of nowhere, no idea where he is, with some strange metal thingy on his arm. Of course, it also turns out he's a bit of a badass when some boyos try to take him in for a supposed potential bounty, and he kicks the ever-loving Jesus out of them. Takes their gun, takes their clothes, takes their motorcycle. No, wait, takes their horse. Yeah, that's it. Takes their
Yeah,
horse.
motorcycle probably would have made this movie better.
Anyway, Daniel Craig's character heads into town, and it's not long before he's ticked off the locals, because one of the locals is a little pissant bully that just makes a go for him and regrets it instantaneously, and B, it turns out he actually is a bit of a wanted criminal and just doesn't fucking remember it.
Yeah.
So as he's about to be carted off, and as Harrison Ford has arrived on, because it turns out he's the hard-bitten Colonel Woodrow, who's the kind of man in charge of these here parts, and that's his shitheel of a son that the sheriff arrested for shooting one of his deputies, rightfully so. So there's a bit of an issue there. And then all of a sudden these aliens arrive on, and it turns out that thing on Daniel Craig's arm is a big old space gun, and it's awesome, cool. Blows him out of the hole and shoots one of the things out of the sky. And
yeah.
yeah, he shoots one of the things out of the sky, which is good because it turns out when those things were flying in the air, they were grabbing people and they were taking them off, and they got all the locals, including the cute fucking chick who's married to the doctor that runs the saloon. And
chill a second, bro. Can I? You sound like you're running in as if this has literally happened in front. Like you are speaking at such a speed right now that I feel like I should slap you and be like, calm down. What is actually happening?
If I get all this out of the way, then we can talk about the rest of the stuff the character didn't like.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
okay, cool.
Why are we interrupting Giz?
Okay, cool.
Why are we interrupting Giz?
It was
Let
just
Giz talk.
Giz.
Giz?
I was
You
just. I won't
saying?
lie to you. I was just a little bit thrown. Speaking of things and people not liking change, I'm just customarily used to Giz talking at a slower pace. I'm the fast one. Giz is the slow one. That's the way the dialogue goes. Do you know what I mean? I should come with subtitles, and then Giz translates to the fucking American folk what I'm actually saying in real life. Customarily.
I felt Giz was very understandable. Thank you. At the slow speed but steady that he was keeping with, so we could move.
I'm gonna be on your side, boss.
Thanks, man. Cheers, hot. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway,
Also, hey,
So-
Katie's taking off though because her internet keeps cutting out.
All right.
So
See you
thank you,
later.
No
Katie.
worries, Katie. I'll catch you later. Have a good night. Kick your internet until the cop on.
anyway, Daniel Craig's character, as we now know, is named Jake Longhorn, and actually is a wanted fucking criminal, as it turns out.
Jake
Has just out of
Lonergan.
that improv- What did I call him?
Jake Longhorn.
You were right. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know where the hell that came from. Anyway, because he's got the great big space gun on his arm, it's obvious
People
that he's
have
going to be
watching
teaming
who
up with
haven't seen
Harrison.
this been like, wait a minute. Daniel Craig is playing an Indian? Whoa.
They were really desperate for actors for this movie.
This movie was desperate for a lot of shit.
He teams up with Harrison Ford, like I said, Colonel Woodrow, because one of the people that got taken by the aliens was Woodrow's shitty little fucking son. So the town
How bad,
basically
too sad.
kind of goes, you know what, we need to get them back. So off they trot to try and get them back, along with what's her name? Fucking
Olivia
Wilde's
Wilde.
yeah, Olivia Wilde's character of Ella, because she is mysterious and
Ella, sorry.
she is mysterious and she wants to know what Daniel Craig. You finished?
Yeah.
Cool. Ella's being all mysterious. She wants to know where Daniel Craig's character came from. Apparently, she wants to find out where the aliens are for her own interesting reasons. Along the way, the group runs into not just one interesting bunch of folks, but two, because firstly, they run into goddamn Walter Goggins, who tries to jump him, only to realize he's jumping his own goddamn boss, because that's Jake Lonergan. And Jake was always his...
Beams down. Reconnection successful. I'll let you know when we're back. We appear to be back. Continue on, sir. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Is there... Sorry,
so
I
yeah.
have headphones on. Is there a storm outside? Because in
Ireland.
Irlande, yeah.
Oh, that'd be a big 10-4, good buddy.
Okay, yeah, because I thought I heard a gust of wind earlier, and I was like, no, okay, I might have imagined that.
That's
And then
not it.
Katie was like, my internet keeps fucking around, and then we've solved it now. Mother Nature hates us. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a mild storm by our terms, but it's enough to probably fuck around with stuff. But anyway,
just went, yep, there's a storm coming. Okay, good. Perfect. Good shit.
Anyway, Jake runs into his former gang, ends up having a bit of a scuffle with the lad that's after taking over, wins the scuffle, gets his gun returned to him by Walter Goggins.
Do you know who the,
You're always
do you
my
know who
favorite,
the lad
James.
who he has the scuffle with is? Pam pointed it out for you.
Yeah,
From Braveheart. He's the Irish lad from Braveheart. With the two daggers.
He gets kicked in the bowels.
no. That's not him. The guy with the two daggers and the scars from Sons of Anarchy?
No, not him. The Irish lad that they meet in the woods that's fucking mental. He's on a load of mushrooms.
Stephen, the most wanted man on my island. Except I'm not on my island. Or is it?
Yeah. The guy who's like, wait, who we
I don't
fighting?
think-
The
is
English?
that him?
Ah, sure, that's fine. I might as well go with you, lads. Good old Stephen.
Didn't the Lord send me here to keep an eye on you? David O'Hara, Scottish stage and character actor. I think you have the wrong man.
Okay.
I do know the actor, but I don't think it's who you think he
swear
is.
it was him. But anyway, moving on. Well, moving on.
Jake wins the little scuffle because he's got a goddamned hand cannon.
Literally.
And himself and the
Literally,
lads.
not in a fucking
himself.
Bronson kind of way, in a literal.
Yep. Himself and the lads are about to leave when the next in line decides, screw this for a tub of spin, we're going after him. Cue alien attack again. This leads to an interesting little incident where Lonergan and Ella end up flying.
Please don't disconnect us. Reconnection successful. Oh, okay.
Okay, we appear to be back.
Yep, I think we're caught back up there. You see, when it lags like that, people get a fast forward as to what they've missed. Just like a quick... And here we are.
Okay, so Ella got grabbed by a flying thing when the lads escaped from Jake's former gang. Jake went after it, brought it down. The two of them end up getting quickly jumped by the pilot, who kills Ella with a swipe of the claw. Well, he kind of slashes her open when he swipes her away. Lonergan kills it, carries her back. She dies along the way, and shortly after, while they're basically dealing with the fact that she's just died, they wander into Indian country and they are captive. And Ella is burned and then miraculously comes back because it turns out she ain't human and she never was.
Never human. And she comes back in a fucking Phoenix-style manner.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
Very cool. She's
turns
all
out
naked and on fire. It's great.
Yeah, who doesn't love a flaming naked chick?
It's true.
So it turns out that these bastards that have landed in the Old West have landed on her world before and completely fucked their shit up. And she would like to get a bit of vengeance, understandably. Stop them from doing this to anyone else, understandably. So might as well go help you get back your people because they were taken and see if I can't fuck up their day the way they fucked up all of our days.
Fucking shit.
Fortunately, this also instigates a bit of a conversation with the Native Americans who are like, how does this chick speak our language? How did she come back from the dead? What the actual frack? Maybe it wasn't the white folk that took our people after all. They seem to have a grievance with their people were taken as well. Okay, we're going to work together, despite the fact that Harrison Ford is a continuous and utter arsehole to us all the time.
Constantly.
But
Typical Harrison Ford.
But it turns out Colonel Woodrow has kind of an adopted Native American son named
Conveniently,
Nate.
because otherwise they'd have all been
and-
fucking dead really quickly after getting kidnapped or taken hostage.
Yeah. Does a bit of translating, smooths a few waters. There's still a couple of, back and forth. But eventually, it's decided the best thing they can possibly do is team up to deal with the fuckers that have taken all of their people. Of course, they realize they haven't got enough people, so Jake fucks off and manages to bring back the rest of his gang, and we get a really cool fight between a bunch of Native Americans teamed up with a bunch of outlaws and a bunch of townsfolk taking on technologically advanced aliens who, for the most part, are physically tearing into them because they actually legitimately don't view humanity as a threat. It's even pointed out that they see us as being insects. They're not expecting an attack. Any attack they do expect, they will easily crush. And they kind of, for a lot of it, do. It takes a bit of doing before people start figuring out ways of dropping these guys.
Yeah.
They're big, they're mean, they're fast.
What I found comical at one stage is they explain how these alien guys, we need to get them outside because their eyesight is wanked during the daytime. They can't see properly, neglecting to take into account that they can smell everyone perfectly fucking fine. That's fine. We'll sniff them out instead. With a predator level of fucking precision, I might add.
Yeah. Now, how long is this film out? Are we talking about the ending or would I leave it at that?
It came out in 2011, so I feel we're okay.
The shit came out, yeah.
10
fair
years.
They manage to free everyone. Ella and Jake make their way inside. There's a confrontation with the alien that we find out actually killed Jake's wife. His wife is dead. He was accused of the murder. We find out that she actually died on the dissection table with this guy. And it's kind of cool because he's got this scar on his eye that Jake gave him, that you see him giving him. And it shows him being a malicious bastard, kind of going, you did this to me, I'm going to do this to you
because
next.
Jake has got a knee-jerk reaction that can only be described as highly volatile.
Which is why he's clamped down for his second round of dissection.
Well, I feel when he gets clamped down the second time, it's not a fucking dissection he's going for. Well, it is, but it won't be for medical purposes.
I believe when they're still alive, it's
Dead
called the
purposes.
vivisection. So, although then again, he vivisected his wife as well. She was very much alive until that disintegration process. Anyway,
That will do.
That'll do, pig.
Harrison Ford arrives on, saves Jake, and Ella proceeds with her plan to blow the ever-loving schnit out of these bastards and make sure they never come back. The result is that happens, and the town is stinking rich because they don't draw up all the gold that was actually there the whole time. Because it turns out that's what the aliens were looking for.
I love gold.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Smoking a pancake.
When this film first came out, I actually went looking for the comic, and I read it. And while I only read it once, and I don't remember a lot of it, I do remember one of the main differences being, rather than somebody having a gauntlet, it's just that someone manages to get a piece of, like, what equates to like fucking shades, because I think the aliens had some form of cloaking device, and that was their technological advantage. So somehow they got fucking visors or something that allowed them to see them, and all of a sudden, we can see you. Fuck you.
Oh, I'm well glad to suck a gauntlet in
But
his
there
hand.
was still...
Having a big laser bracelet's well cool.
You would have still had the team up with between Woodrow and the Native Americans and the conflict and resolution there and a few other bits and pieces.
Peyote.
But
I have a weird relationship with this movie where when I saw it, like back in 2011, I was saying this to you earlier, I wasn't a big fan of it, but goddamn, after watching fuck knows how much Firefly and Serenity over the last couple of days, I was right in the mood for this by the time I put it on. I was like, cowboys with laser guns, fucking chalk it down. Get it going.
yeah, I wasn't impressed with it back in the day either, but I think
Firefly.
the version...
It just shows how good Firefly is. It'll
ver-
make a really shit movie relatively tolerable if you're watching it afterwards.
Well, I was going to say that...
I'm just going to say hard no on that for everybody, apparently. Then.
I was going to say that the version that I got is actually the extended version, and I think it's about
my
15
overall
minutes longer.
review of the movie won't just be based on it. There are glaring issues with this fucking movie. Don't worry, they will come up.
Oh, no. It was just the whole, like, oh, hey, get you in the mindset. No, it didn't. No. The whole back then it sucked and today it sucked. It still sucks.
You're such a negative Nancy tonight.
No, I'm not. I think your beard is very bushy. I'm not negative, dude.
You can't speak ill of my beard. There's just no...
See, so I'm not negative.
No matter of you being negative or not, it's just not
'Tis a fine beard.
capable of being done.
Is that a challenge?
I'm just saying, like, so I'm not like negative. I'm just this movie, just cooler shit to be talked about than this movie because this movie.
Does it have the deepest of plots going? No, it doesn't. Like there's loads of peppering and seasoning here and there, but essentially it's just a load of aliens show up where there's cowboys, and cowboys need to go sort out some fucking aliens. That's where the plot ends.
It is,
dude.
The whole point is that it's the same way that that whites basically just invaded the West and just took over places and wiped out the indigenous people with no care whatsoever except for themselves. That's the aliens, except now they're doing it to the whites and the... that's the whole point. They are the frontiersmen.
You're laying claim.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I was like, are you trying to tell me there's a socio-political commentary to this fucking film?
Dude, this is not...
No.
This
motherfucker's
not...
Whoa.
This motherfucker's not curing cancer. Sorry.
No, hang on. That's the basis of the story. The whole point of the story. Congratulations. You wiped out everything there. You claimed it for yourselves. All of a sudden, something more technologically advanced has come along and done it to you. The same way that the Romans did originally with every fucking German or with every tribe they ran into west of them. This is the way it goes. That's what the film is trying to show. Congratulations. Ye did this to somebody. Now you're in a position where you're getting it done to ye. You have no other option but to try and team up with people.
Carter, in fairness, you do have to agree that, like, I'm going to boil it down a little bit simpler, right? You do have to agree that essentially it's a movie about a bunch of white dudes that showed up and relocated a load of people that originally lived on the land. then got really shitty about the fact some other dude showed up and started relocating them off the land that they just relocated themselves to, and then ended up having to go ask the guys who they relocated in the first place to please help them stop being relocated.
Okay, so like Resident Evil then. We showed up, mutated shit showed up, kicked our ass, and we asked more non-mutated shit to help kick their ass. Dude, seriously, like a writer somewhere is like, thank God Giz gets it. Like, I didn't really mean for it to happen, but he makes it sound fucking cool.
No, actually,
like,
no,
I'm just saying, dude.
No, that was the
Like,
point.
you're making some poor bastard at home cry thinking, I wrote something good. No, you didn't, bro.
No, this is actually the point of the story. That's actually the point of the story.
I'm saying that's a Carter, not you. By the way, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Just so you know, right?
I get it.
The same way sci-fi and fantasy are used as vehicles for social commentary.
Oh my God!
This
Yes, I know
historical commentary. This is historical commentary using sci-fi.
I fully understand.
Okay, now I need to translate Carter. Now I need to translate Carter to Giz.
The X-Men did the same fucking thing. I get it. We relabel shit to make a better fucking statement. I get that. I'm very aware of how we do this. The movie fucking blew.
No, I'll translate what you're saying to Giz now, so Giz gets what you're saying. What he's trying to say is he does understand that there is this commentary about the Cowboys and the aliens, and how the aliens are also essentially being the Cowboys in a different position. But he's also saying that he doesn't think the writer has enough competence to have done that intentionally. It just happened to be a happy byproduct of the shit film that he made.
And that's where my argument lies. Stop. It's supposed to be this. That's not accidental.
Was it staring at his ceiling again?
The writer got fucking lucky. That is, if you read the fucking comic, if
I don't like it when mommy and daddy fight.
Okay,
okay,
but in defense for those of us, because you and me read a lot of fucking comics.
Mommy's trying to stop Giz and Uncle John kicking the fuck out of each other.
In defense, a lot more shit is put into comics than what is necessarily given us in an hour and some change film.
The simplest fucking historical knowledge will give you what the whole intention is just by looking at the situation. It's not accidental. It's deliberate. This is my point. He didn't stumble onto accidentally a historical...
Like, I'm just saying, if like you look at this film on a base level, aliens invaded the fucking Wild West. Yes, there is some deeper fucking meaning into it. I get that. But you know what? The movie was awesome. You guys are so fucking right. God, I need to watch this shit like 6 more fucking times tonight. Cool. Brilliant. Politically,
Children,
I am changed.
I'm stepping in now, right?
Hang on.
No. Whoa. I will fuck, bro.
Onto something.
I am stepping in now. Okay. He doesn't like the movie. He thinks your man did it as an accident. You don't think he did it as an accident? That's also perfect.
No.
That's perfectly.
Not necessarily an accident. It was just like, I get that was the base idea. It was just the rest of the writing it's like you have a gold nugget and then just kind of shit a line of circles around it.
Right,
like it was that. Like, I understood that was the point. I just meant like what was a good point had nothing good like helping. Like, it was just like when it boiled down to, it was like, oh, aliens invaded. It didn't have anything else to help prop up. Hey, look what this is supposed to be.
Okay. The way that you said it a few minutes ago.
You're fucking right, Rochi.
The way that you said it a few minutes ago, I thought what you meant was, oh, it just happens to coincidentally be historical. It wasn't a happenstance. That was my point.
No. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Like, the point was there. I meant like the way he wrote it. It was just like
they're having resolution.
This was
now,
like
that's why I've been quiet again.
One of the most expensive sci-fi shit-tastic films. It's like having a brilliant fucking idea in Sharknado. Like, it was there, but there was nothing around it to help make the idea actual.
I thought you were going to have to like Zach Morris say by the bell. It's like, time out.
Sharknado didn't need to have anything else around it. The entire movie. Unlike, sorry, I love Sharknado, bro. Okay, but
we got his trigger going. Everybody's getting pissed tonight.
I fucking love Sharknado, bro. But the varying degrees of shittiness in relation to the way the story works with this is they tried to put levels in Cowboys and Aliens, right? Sharknado's literally a movie that's solely based around the fact There are sharks in a tornado. Every other bit of plot came as an attachment to how do I get sharks in a tornado? Do you know what I mean? That's literally it. That's it. Ian Ziering was like, okay, I got money to spend. Sharks are in. Tornado movies are in. I need some motherfucker to tell me how do I get a shark in a tornado? And then some genius turned around to that man and went, you're thinking about all that all wrong, Mr. Ziering. You have a sharks in a tornado. Now we need to build around it.
And that worked for them. They kept that baseline like water, sharks. Could we get
Also,
them doing
in the
this?
defense,
Yeah, give me a
in
couple
the defense
seconds.
of Cowboys and Aliens, right? I'm aware that there is a socio-political commentary going on about the whole infestation of random races in places that they shouldn't be, right? You also have to take into account that this isn't Roots. This isn't fucking, this is a sci-fi action film. So sometimes in sci-fi action films, like if you think back through a lot of the big sci-fi action films over the years, right? Sure, they have a bit of political commentary in there. But mostly it's about shit shooting other shit with laser guns and watching shit blow up. And space stuff.
Know that.
Do you know what I mean? Which I think they did get the right mix of that.
Space
stuff. They did get the right mix of this in here. There was just the fact that Daniel Craig's character didn't really do much outside of shoot stuff. And occasionally, he didn't really talk much either, to be blatantly honest. He just mostly shot stuff and rode around on a horse. Alien chick, that element, in my opinion, was quite cool. When that hook came, I was like, wasn't expecting that to happen. Quite enjoyed that. Harrison Ford, while it was fucking awesome to see him in it, and I did have a bit of a fucking man boner pop when he turned around because I had genuinely forgot he was in it. So when he turned around, I was like, oh, Harrison Ford. But unfortunately, Harrison Ford just plays what Harrison Ford at 50% is in any other movie, which is just gruffly talk about stuff. Kid, you ever fucking wanna? You've been fucking eyeing my knife.
I've seen that Harrison Ford
I
movie.
see you've been eyeing my knife.
It's just like
Eyeing my knife there for you. Wanna have a
whatever.
fucking?
It was like
I
they
know that
just
part.
so many fucking big names in here, like Clancy Brown, fucking Harrison Ford and shit. And I'm like,
Hey,
oh, this is gonna be a good. No,
be
this
in
is
the
like a
ballpark
weird
with you for a
sci-fi
moment,
film
Carter.
with big
Any
names.
movie that kills off the Kurgan within fucking 30 minutes can go get fucking wrecked, as far as I'm concerned.
Not gonna fucking disagree. Any point that Clancy Brown outlives fucking Olivia Wilde, that's a fucking
I think you mean that the
sin
other way
right
around.
there.
Because he definitely did not outlive
yeah,
Olivia
sorry.
Wilde.
Yeah, no. Because Olivia Wilde just give me a movie where she dies in like the first 2 seconds.
I can
you're already
guarantee
starting
you
off.
about how much of a botch of certain plots,
like Olivia
parts of this
Wilde.
plot are. I can guarantee you why Clancy Brown died so early, which was because at that stage in the movie, reconnection successful. Don't end the episode. Don't you end the episode. Don't you end it. Why are you still spinning? Okay, we're back. There we go. Ooh, that was hitting
All
the
right,
time
that
limit
was
there
getting
for a
close.
second. Sorry about the freeze there, people. It could be my wonky computer. It could be the fucking Mother Nature's smacking internet signals upside the head.
It could be YouTube not liking us again.
No.
Although I haven't done
Could be
any
the
for
fact
once-
that we've been going on this long about
For
Cowboys
once,
and
it's
Aliens.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Cowboys and Aliens. Look, it's fine. If you're
Some people have some strong opinions
way
about it.
stronger than I was expecting, to be blatantly honest.
Oh
Actually,
my
I tell you,
God! I
so-
did not realize John did this fucking
Favreau.
movie.
Yeah, after
Favreau,
Roach,
thank you.
after Roach, you just mentioned it there. That was something when I was watching the film again, that popped up, and I kind of went, "Oh, okay." And then watching, I'm like, I can see how a lot of the ideas that he had, that like we'd see in The Mandalorian, might have gotten their genesis from stuff that he did here. How he approached certain
Iron Man,
things.
didn't he do the first Iron Man as well?
Like, he was
first
in
two
it.
of them.
He did the
He did
first
the- he did
one.
the
Or
first one.
Car-
The movie poster says directed by the guy who did Iron Man.
Oh, okay. But anyway,
That's
my
the
point.
only-
My point is like that from a film of this
Did you
genre,
just go
the sci-fi
still lame?
western, you can see what
Did I, Carter, when Buzz went directed by the guy who directed Iron Man, did you go that's fine, still lame? Or did I hear that? Imagine it. No.
No, I was like, No, I said I thought he did too.
Oh, okay.
Also.
I thought you were like still lame. I was like, fucking hell, man, the bitterness.
I didn't fucking change my opinion. Like, it kind of made me sadder. I was like, I like him. Really? Dude, what the fuck did you do to
But
He
this
also
is,
directed
hang on. This is the point that I'm trying to make, right? If you look at this as one of his earlier works, then you can see how he kind of went, okay, this worked, and this is a sci-fi western. This worked, and that worked. This didn't work. That didn't work. I'm doing this new project. It's kind of it's also going to be kind of looked at a bit of a sci-fi western, samurai thing, depending on how you look at it. So I'm going to take this approach worked. So I'm going to kind of use this, and this setting worked. This camera angle worked. This way of doing this particular scene worked. So I'm going to adapt them to how they would work in this series. And you can see how you can see how looking back on this film, he might have seen this as being a learning process of what not to do and what to do right. And what he got wrong.
Right.
Right. No, I definitely fucking agree on that one. Like, you can look back and see all the changes from what he's done then to now. Like, he's gotten so much stronger in the way he frames things and just the way he does things in general.
Anyway, I think that is most certainly more than enough on Cowboys and Aliens. Am I okay with that? And I'm also correct in saying everybody enjoyed Firefly. I believe we were talking about Cowboys and Aliens. Have you heard about it?
Okay.
No. Okay.
News to me. What is it about?
It's about cowboys and aliens.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You know what? If he's not sure, maybe we should just put on the trailer. That might help him figure out what it's about.
It's a movie where Olivia Wilde lives way too fucking long.
You must have hated Tron Legacy.
Oh, I fucking did, bro.
And House. And House, actually. Now that I think about it.
Let me rephrase that. I hate one. I just have like blackout moments where I'm like getting good. What happened?
Those
for 5 minutes? Like,
those
I just have no
blackout moments
mental...
coincide with Olivia Wilde being on the screen.
There were moments where like characters talk to like a blank spot. Like, I just zoned out. Really fucking.
Who are they talking to?
Yeah, you watch.
I was like, is there a director's cut to explain what's missing? I don't fucking get it. So
do you watch House? Because I imagine there's entire seasons where that probably happens.
Till she fucking was on it, dude. That fucking Ryan Reynolds movie where they did like a switch. I was like, cool. Fuck, she's in this movie too, man.
Anyway, everyone enjoyed Firefly, yeah? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Firefly should probably be a much quicker segment, even though we're covering 14 fucking episodes. Think of it more as a happy memoriam as we just wander through a season willy-nilly, discussing random bits of a season that should have been several. Because Fox don't know how to fucking order episodes, even though I'm sure they came with a fucking number at the start of them. Anyway, here's the trailer for Cowboys and Aliens, because I will probably be angry at the start of Firefly until we start talking about the actual series. Talk to you later.
I woke up in the desert, like I've been dropped out of the sky. You got a name? I don't know. I'm gonna need you to come with us. Wouldn't do that if I was you.
Yeah, that's Lonergan, boss.
I want that man.
You give him to me now.
I need to know where you came from.
So do I.
You don't remember anything.
They're coming back! What in the hell were those things?
Why are you asking me?
They've got my son.
My wife. I need that weapon. It's the only thing that counts.
What about the other people? Are they alive?
They won't be for long. work together.
Come on!
Who is she?
She's the only one who knows who I am.
You know who you are. You just have to remember. They'll come back with more, and there will be no survivors. It's what they did to my people.
I've seen good men do bad things, bad men do good things. You go get our people back.
They're here.
Should we step in? Looks like he's doing fine. God damn.
So I was kind of like, what?
Speaking of Olivia Wilde, singers were speaking of her as I came back from the trailer. She kind of looks like Summer Glau.
Oh, do not disrespect that woman.
Yeah,
like that.
we already stopped one argument. Let's not start
She
another.
does look a little bit like her. I'm not saying like they look like they could be related. Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna say yes, but I don't know
Pretty
if I
eyes,
want to.
big fucking forehead.
Because
Like
okay. There we go. There we go.
Nailed it.
Those big foreheaded
Oh.
chicks.
You know how attractive that is, especially in the Klingon community.
Oh no! I hit my microphone. My head was too close to my microphone.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to
Summer Glau,
remember
you're a
which one
very
of the
pretty
Klingon
woman. I
sisters
just
was
I
attractive.
could not help the fucking Klingon reference there.
Just more forehead to kiss.
Every Firefly
there's a
fan that
fucking-
is watching this probably just clocked off the stream right now. Just like, that guy can get fucked. That guy can get
Also, that needs to be a thing: is more forehead to kiss. Giz.
We'll put it on when the American Horrors merch starts. We'll put it on. We'll get a more forehead to kiss t-shirt for kids.
Yeah. We be spitting out T-shirts because things get said in this show that
I can't remember the name of which one of the Klingon sisters is attractive. There's two Klingon sisters, Lursa and Betor. One of them's attractive, the other one is not.
Yeah, dude. Like hard not.
I'm not saying
You know who I'm talking about, don't you, man?
Yeah.
But like I said, the other one you're kind of like, I know you're being hyper aggressive about this, but I don't actually mind.
Right. There's like she's kind of like a mix of attitude and looks like, I don't mind this. It's cool.
Yeah.
Could you like go get us some water or something? Just leave.
Go command the armies. I'm sure you're very, very good at that, except for when you cock up.
Firefly.
Yeah, you
That's supposed to be discussed at some point.
Oh man, I've given up on trying to mediate this fucking shit show today.
I thought I was bad. I was a bandit earlier, and then I don't know what's going on.
I won't
anymore.
lie to you. Once the bandanas got involved, I clocked out. I was just like, I
True.
don't even know what's going on anymore. I've lost control of this. I lost control of this. I tried to turn the fucking podcast around and take it home, but it just was not happening.
Do you want to handle the synopsis for Firefly?
Oh, we're going to do
ratings? Are we going to? Oh, yeah, okay. Ratings.
Just briefly.
Ratings for Cowboys versus Aliens.
I'll give it a star.
It's one each. I'll give it a half.
I'll give it a half. There's aliens and there's cowboys. It gives you what the title says.
Yeah, as titles go, it delivers on said title quite effectively.
Yeah. I like that in a movie.
Does what it says on the tin.
If I have to score it on the title, then sure, half. It did what it said it was. So, there we go.
There we go. It equals.
There was
2.5.
Cowboys. There was Aliens. This movie could have been like a really long title of Cowboy Aliens. Yeah,
It was
sure,
Olivia
half.
Wilde. People are fans of her.
Should take that half away because of her.
Yeah, we established during the ad break chat, by the way, that it's not so much Carter has an issue with the movie itself. It's just he fucking hates Olivia Wilde with an intense
He is
and fiery,
the president of the
fiery,
Olivia
and
Wilde
some would
hate
say
fan club.
inexplicable passion.
Okay, I straight out said like I don't know why. Cannot fucking stand her.
He literally blacks out when she is on the screen.
There's sections of Tron Legacy
It's
where
the
there's people just talking to a big blank space.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was told that she was in that movie, but I don't
Insert
remember it.
Some weird
actress
disease.
here.
We're getting him checked.
Insert actress here.
Anyway,
I'll let you.
Olivia Wilde.
Do you, before we get into the actual synopsis of Firefly, I think a little history.
in regards,
Firefly would be good.
where the show came from?
No, why Carter hates
how they're only ended up being one
Oh,
season, why they're ended up being a
let's
movie,
go.
all of that kind of thing, and whatever tickles your pickle, really, bud. I don't mind.
Okay,
I'm just
so
gonna lay on the couch and just listen.
back in 2002, Fox aired a TV show which essentially was about cowboys in space. Now, the problem with saying essentially it's about cowboys in space is that while it does give you an idea of the feel of the show, it really doesn't encapsulate how fucking awesome this thing is.
It's a very, very
Unfortunately,
loose synopsis of the show, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, when it came time to find out whether or not they were going to do another one of these, all these executives wearing their suits and their ties looked at the ratings and went, Space Cowboys, ratings aren't up at this. And then no one questioned whether or not they showed the episodes of something that is very much storyline driven in order. Turns out they didn't.
Because had they done that before? I mean, like, you would have never questioned why would you have shown a show out of order?
Yeah, well, you see, it was because when it got picked up, this was like its pilot run, if you know what I mean. So it was when they used to do kind of like a quick season of stuff over the course.
See how it turns out.
Like there was multiple episodes of this airing a week, not just one episode a week, because they used to do that when they were kind of coming into their season for picking what the shows they're going to run for the next fucking year or two are, kind of thing. And then they were like, okay, there's some very cool gunfights and stuff that happen in this, but there's a whole army history section that happens at the start, because there's essentially the first episode, which is called Serenity, part 1 and part 2, is a history of the war that's going on in this land, or the war that was going on in this land, who these people are, who the people that are coming on the ship are, who the bad guys are, all comes up during that. But they were like, no, we'll just lob that as one of the middle episodes. We'll start with just some dudes on the spaceship.
I had never heard of a show getting that kind of treatment before.
Loads of TV
So, like, that
stations,
really
loads
fucked
of
me up
TV
later
stations
on.
used to do that with shows. It's just that.
No
See, the
shit.
thing is, a lot of TV shows are done episodically, whereby you don't need to. Star Trek technically is done episodically. For the most part, you can jump in on any Star Trek episode and you'll probably know what's going on, because it's so. You won't need to know a lot of backstory to be able to sit down and watch a Star Trek episode or a lot of other TV shows. Just a basic understanding of who the characters are. This, unfortunately, because it's a sci-fi, they thought that would work, not realizing, no, there's actually a proper storyline that progresses over the course of the episodes with details expanding on subtle
like Joss
hints.
Whedon likes
that
to tell a
lead
fully
to-
fleshed out story that takes time to go through.
Right.
Who would have thought?
Although I mean, like if you
I mean,
if you
son
think
of a
about Buffy,
bitch.
do you know what I mean? Although no, Buffy had like, well, no, for the most part, once you saw the first episode or two of Buffy, where you got the backstory of Buffy, you could probably just chuck on any Buffy episode, give or take.
Except in the later seasons where he knew he was going to be able to do stuff and do proper storytelling.
I argue that because like even early Buffy still had like a kind of Firefly where we got to know Giz and a little bit of him that actually carried over to the next episode. So like even then, early Buffy fucked up.
He was always that was one of the things he was always trying to do, good storytelling. And for the early seasons of Buffy, you get hints of that. By the time Firefly is being made, he's already got Buffy and Angel under his belt. So he's assuming that people are going to take his work with a bit of seriousness. And instead, they just throw the episodes on willy-nilly. And then they're shocked when the ratings aren't up because people aren't understanding something that's being told in this episode. But we're only finding out about how that's being told from the episode that airs after it. What? Hang on.
So was Dollhouse after Firefly then?
I believe so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely after.
But
definitely.
anyway, getting to the show itself. What we have is it's set 400 years in the future. Humanity has left Earth that's how they refer to us. In fact, the Earth itself is almost a depiction of legend. You know, they're not quite sure what the place
They have
looked
spread
like.
and
So they're off.
colonized wide.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're off in another solar system. You have core worlds, which are very technologically advanced and are governed by basically the inner core government. You know, the same as you have anywhere else. You have the affluent in their cities. They have, you know, the most money, the most technology, the most resources. Then on the outskirts, you have, you know, the more independent people. You have the outer rims. You have people who are kind of don't have as much. They have to work that little bit
I was
harder.
gonna say,
They have to,
definitely poorer, but they seem happier because that hanging over their head.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
like,
once again,
if you've watched anything like Equilibrium or things like that, that's essentially like the government setup that you're looking at in these core planets.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, and once again, historical references. You can look at the Old West, whereby you have towns cropping up after, you know, resources have been found, gold, whatever, that starts to become an actual town. But then there's other stuff, so you get like little settlements starting up, and they start to become towns in and of themselves because something's there, maybe it's good grazing, whatever. That kind of mindset, it's pioneer mindset for a lot of the outer rim worlds. So the backstory for the series itself is that you had the eventuality of a war of independence, basically,
brown coats.
much like in America. Yeah, who are the independents, and then you had the core, the alliance. There we go. Couldn't remember the name a few minutes ago. Who are affectionately referred to by some people as purple bellies, and who in the series, if you pay attention and you know your shit, realize are all outfitted with surplus gear from Starship Troopers. All their armor is the Starship Trooper armor, except spray painted purple on the front of it, purpley blue, for the line troopers anyway, the troopers on the ground. Anyway,
it's good armor. That's why
Captain Malcolm Reynolds has a ship, a Firefly class ship called Serenity.
Mal to his friends.
Yeah. His second in command is Zoe. The two of them served together in the war the War of Independence, most notably at the Battle of Serenity, where the Independents got absolutely fucking hockeyed.
Yes, they did.
Oh, dude.
Rotten.
Base. They thought
and screwed over. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. They thought cavalry was coming in, and instead they got the order that they were in retreat. Their unit was cut off. They were boned, but they made it out.
Yes, they did.
So now Zoe, Mal, and their crew of merry misfits, including Zoe's husband Wash as the pilot,
or
and
as we have more, everybody knows him slightly better. Pirate Steve. Darr.
Yep, Alan Tudyk. Mechanic genius, little Kaylee, dual state. Nom.
She's horny, but she's
and
brainy.
Jane. Yep, and Jane, the crew's heavy.
Yep.
Played by, I can't remember. It's
Adam Baldwin.
The good Baldwin.
Yeah.
Is there really a good one?
Yes, there is. It's
Adam.
It's Adam Baldwin.
I am so sorry. Didn't mean to have anybody. Keep
And
going
Alec
on.
Baldwin's a hoot. The computer freezing and the thing doesn't work, or is it the internet's freezing and then the computer freezes because the internet's freezing? I don't know. We're back. Anyway.
I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Anyway, we were getting into the crew. Mal, we're on
We
Jane.
stopped at Adam.
Yeah, so we have Mal, Zoe, pilot, Wash.
Yeah.
Kaylee as the mechanic, Jane as the heavy. Literally,
Yeah, that's literally what Jane does is he blows shit up.
Public,
Right.
He's public relations.
Yep. If he can't blow it up or punch it, we go to somebody else.
Now, in the first episode, Firefly is on a planet called Persephone because they're after pulling a bit of a job and they're looking to sell the goods. And while they're there, they're going to see about picking up some passengers for two reasons. A, bit of extra cash. B, damn good cover when you're smuggling stolen goods through Alliance control
We're
territory.
merely a passenger ship. We're just bringing people from one planet to the other. That's all it is. We got a preacher, we got a doctor, and we got his whack job of a sister.
We don't know that at first.
I'm just moving the story along a little bit.
Yeah. So they get the preacher, they get a doctor, Simon, and Simon
River.
Tam is doctor. Book, fucking, what's his title? Shepherd Book. There we go. That's the preacher. In the first episode, we also got another guy who isn't long for this world. Over the course of the first episode, we find out that the Doctor is actually on the run from the Alliance.
Oh, yeah.
Because it turns out his luggage actually contains the cryogenically frozen sister that he liberated from Alliance High Command because she was a genius and they took her and meddled with her brain and now she's all crazy and a little bit over the course of the series we realize psychic. She can read minds.
Yeah, amongst a whole fucking bunch of other shit we eventually find out.
Oh, dude, that's her character alone is like a fucking Christmas package that just keeps unpacking.
Yeah,
it's
but then sometimes doesn't do anything at all.
Over the course of the series, we get backstories for all the characters. We get further explanations. Oh, I forgot about Inara, their ambassador.
I was going to say there's also Inara.
Mm-hmm.
The ambassador, or as she's also known as a companion. No, whores are independent. Companions are properly by the book. They are covered by like fucking proper. I don't want to say insurance because that means what I mean, but like they are.
It's the Firefly equivalent of escort and hooker.
Actually,
but also she's a good. But like the passengers, she's also another good cover because she gives them access to other planets.
Yes, because the companions are highly regarded in this particular.
Yeah, she's a courtesan, like in France back in the day.
Yeah,
the courtesans, we all know what they do, but there is a certain level of respect because of who they are and
their training and everything else.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Right. High end, and that is very respectable and lends the crew an air of respectability once again, which is handy when you're smuggling shit or doing whatever else they do.
Well, if they can find shit to smuggle.
Yeah,
right.
Like I said, all the characters get their backstories. They get expanded. You can see where more was, and there's subtle hints that they could have expanded on more in regards family for Mal, family for Jane, Zoe and Wash's relationship, how that was developing.
Yeah.
There's a will they won't they thing between Simon and Kaylee because she's mad for him and he's mad for her. But he's this.
But she's a mechanic nerd and he's a fucking doctor nerd.
Yeah, and he's
it's also their stations in life. He comes from that really privileged. He's never wanted for anything.
To be fair,
and Kaylee's pretty much been building spaceships since she was born.
To be fair, it's also because Simon's attention 120% is fucking focused on looking after his sister.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But I just mean
to the detriment of other things that he might like for himself.
Right, but I just mean like there's many a times where you see him kind of make a comment of like, "Ooh, people would eat that." Dude,
yeah,
people live off that shit, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sure it tastes good. I've never like it. There's just those moments of
a lot
like,
of foot and mouth moments.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and there's also that tension between Mal and Inara. Will they? Won't they?
That's another one. An interesting thing that was introduced in this show. Now they don't have alien races. In fact, aliens are at one point it's a sideshow, and like in the Old West, it's like a carnival show. See the alien, and it turns out, yep, that's a cow fetus.
Right.
Yeah, it's upside down. I
really dug that part because we've completely taken over the whole universe, and we're still doing like that sideshow. Look at the goat baby.
Yeah,
no, that really is a baby.
But Giz, if there are no aliens, who would be the protagonists in this general space opera?
Just what I was getting to. At the same time, we have
like
the
I was
Reavers.
arranging some sort of segue.
Well done. We have the Reavers. As some people would think madmen that saw the edge of space and just went bibbledy. Now let me see. If you encounter a Reaver, let me see. They will rape you to death, peel off your skin, and sew it into their clothes.
Not
and if you're
necessarily in that order.
If you're very, very lucky, they'll do it in that order.
At which point, the other people that are not fighters are like, ugh! And she just kept powering along.
So the Reavers are something that pops up every now and then. We do get a couple of very interesting episodes with them, most notably Bushwhacked, which is the crew encountering a ship that's derelict. They go aboard, find a load of dead bodies, find what they think is a survivor, and turns out he wasn't a survivor. They made him watch, and now best way to do it is become one of them.
Yeah, because they initiate.
I remember that.
They initiate while aggressively procreating.
I will say that is one of my favorite episodes because you have a contained alliance that the law is the law. We're going to do it by the book. And them go, dude, batshit crazy is on our ship.
Yeah.
If you see him, gun him the fuck down.
Yeah, screw your
book is
rules
only
and
gonna
shoot
be
it
used
in the
to beat you
face.
to death with.
It's about to start
So
wearing
that,
your
like,
crew
this
as a
region.
handbag. Seriously.
So like that definitely became one of my favorite fucking episodes because I'm like, oh look, big bad that knows everything is telling the little guy to shut the fuck up. Oh, that's a bite in the ass. All right.
And at the same time, we not only have that, but we have the fact that they live in the space equivalent of the Wild West. They are space equivalent of very good-hearted banditos, which means they're going to run up against other banditos, ones that aren't very light-hearted.
Because some
like
banditos
our
are just
Mrs.
assholes.
Reynolds.
They've forgotten about the humor.
Like our,
Oh, that was fun.
our Mrs.
That was a
also,
fun couple of episodes.
Also known as Yosaf Bridge. Even in the game, there's a game for Firefly. There are
Oh,
distinct,
no
there
shit.
are there are 4 distinct characters that you can get: Saffron, Bridget, Yolanda, and Yosaf Bridge, and each one of them has different stuff that adds to your crew.
Wow.
Is this
So,
a board
I
game?
wish
Is
it
it?
is it's badass.
Board game, yeah.
Okay.
But so she is a bundle of
Myself
crazy,
and Carter
like,
were literally on the
insane.
PlayStation store. Where are we looking?
Yeah, right. I'm like,
That
the money I don't
fucking
have.
so
down.
many turns with that chick, I got dizzy.
Oh, she's awesome. I love her. I love her.
Saffron's
I-
fucking amazing.
I am going to the special hell, gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
I would happily go to the special hell.
Special hell.
Anyway, she makes a couple
I
of appearances.
swear by
Both
my
of them are
pretty floral
fantastic.
bonnet, I will end you.
Another one of my reoccurring characters is Badger, that was played by Mark Shepard from
I was
Supernatural.
just about to bring him up.
Uh,
Mark Shepard is fantastic in this as the go-between, pillar of the community. I am man of Bad Town, and when he encounters River, it is brilliant. Oh,
yeah.
Someone from the old Amstead? Not really. She just fucking and completely, utterly strips him apart. Knows everything about him. He's just standing there going, "I like her."
He's like the lowest level of proper that you can have in a thug kind of like, no, I'm not a thug. I'm a
I'm a
businessman.
businessman.
These bitches are thugs. Like, yeah.
Or the other end of the spectrum. Mr. Adlai Nishka, who is a very big fan of the works of Shan Yu. Do you know
my God.
Shan Yu?
Oh,
Live with a man for 40 years, discuss all topics, everything in life, and then hold this man over a volcano, and on that day, you will truly meet the man. Let's just say
Again?
he's a fucking torture artist magnifique.
I have to say, if anything, when they picked the people that they were going
That's
to have
scary.
screen characters, Christina Hicks, fucking Mark Shepard, and Michael Fairman were perfect.
Dude,
Oh my
like,
God.
that's one of the magic.
line.
That's one of the magical things with most Josh Whedon projects, though. Is like he's really good at picking the right actor or actress for a character.
Because you look at Michael Fairman, he's this older guy. He looks like he could be knocked over with a fucking gust of wind, but he's delivering that fucking line about being over the volcano, and it's just like torching the fuck out of somebody, and you're like, no, okay, I can see why I need to be scared as fuck of this guy. Like, he just picks these really good actors and actresses for these bits that may be 2 seconds, but they make the fucking moment or that scene, and you pray to God, like, when the show ended, I'm like, no, but we haven't caught him. I want him or I want her back. Like, it was just so, like, it wasn't just about the core cast. You also wanted to see all these other characters come back around.
I wonder, does he come back in the comic? Like I said, I haven't read everything. I'm not completely up to date. So it's a possibility. Like, they did continue on the story a long way. But yeah, the show itself, like I said, it introduced a lot of characters that we could see coming back, that we could see reoccurring. The criminal element is one side of it, but there's also the alliance element of it. The fact that River is on the run is a constant threat, and one that's used in many episodes, especially when Jane decides to give in to these base urges and turn him into the law for a
Jane's
reward.
first reaction to when they found out Wackadoo's sister was there and they were being hunted by the Alliance was, "We can fetch a pretty penny if we just hand that chick in."
Oh yeah,
Mal,
and
Mal,
funny enough,
seriously, we need money. the chick's worth money. Her brother is a fucking asshole.
Is an
Let's
asshole.
just sort this out now and just hand him over, and we're on our merry.
Very good use of dialogue from Firefly. I like
Thanks,
it.
bro.
And again, that shows a lot of his Whedon's ability
just to
write,
clarify
because-
before we go rating things or anything, not ruining what my rating will be, but I fucking love Firefly. I don't normally like cowboy things
it
at all,
is
but
so
god
shiny.
damn, it's so shiny. It's not even funny. I fucking love Firefly.
Dude,
I had a
and
brown
it's
coat.
something I've watched. It's something that I've watched. I don't know how many times now.
It never gets old.
You know, I recently inducted my daughter into Firefly, but I've still seen it more times than I can count. And I was like, oh, if I have to watch it one more time to show you Firefly,
I ended up
guess I
watching
will.
the majority of the
I just
season.
love Firefly.
I ended up watching the majority of the season for this. I had initially, when I was talking to you a day or two ago, I was like, I've seen this so many times, I'm just going to throw on a couple episodes, do you know what I mean? Just to kind of give me a fucking... That didn't work.
I binged it all again.
Yeah.
I knew I was binging it. I actually went to tee-hee. I have an excuse to binge watch all of Firefly and Serenity and call it work.
You're welcome.
I actually sent that to somebody as a message.
I'm just so happy he went tee-hee. That's that was the best part of that sentence.
Isn't it?
And
yeah.
you know what I really dug was though, because Nathan, how do you say his last
Nathan
name?
Fillion.
Fillion.
Fillion. Okay.
He is the best voice of Green Lantern in the DC animated
Oh,
stuff.
thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
And I won't lie
Fuck
to you.
yes.
He is Hal Jordan as far as
I
I'm
won't lie
concerned.
to you. The
Yep.
Nathan Drake movie thing that's coming out. I am
What?
the movie that they're making of
Uncharted.
Thank you.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Uncharted movie. I'm
Right,
so
right.
pissed off that fucking Tom Holland got that fucking. Like
you know-
it's like, why did it take so
Yeah.
long to make an Uncharted movie? Because Nathan Fillion, man, because there's a fan movie out there where Nathan Fillion is Nathan Drake. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking
But you
brilliant.
know, what was it? Alan.
Tudyk.
How do you
Tudyk.
Tudyk.
did a show called Con Man?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was awesome because he brought on a lot of the Firefly cast as time went on and shit.
Yeah.
And then
He's-
Nathan did the rookie, so
Castle.
he's brought on her Castle.
Did you
And,
see in
like-
Castle? There's a great gag in Castle, one of the Halloween episodes, where he's dressed as a man.
Yes.
He does
I
the
was
gun
gonna
thing,
say, like-
and his daughter comes down and he goes, "Are you wearing that again? You know nobody gets that, right? Space Cowboy.
Right.
What's not to get?"
You know, so like that shows just how much even in one season, how much they affected each other. That
Yeah.
as they still do their own projects, they still hold on to the fact.
There'll be a
Firefly.
bigger when we get into
And-
Serenity. There'll be a bigger discussion about how much it affected people in one season.
Right. You know, but as far as fan base, like he knew, hey, let's throw this joke in there, they'll get it, and they
Yeah.
did because it was like, oh god, dude.
One thing I want to say is that I think it's kind of fitting that we did Cowboys and Aliens with Harrison Ford in this, because I was getting very, very Han Solo-esque vibes of.
Well, you know,
Well, I mean,
what do you
like, in
expect?
fairness, Han Solo's just a fucking space cowboy as well,
Exactly.
I mean,
dude.
Han
Yo,
Sorry, I didn't mean to piss Carter off
Carter.
again.
In fairness, right before this turns into a thing, I
Roguish.
just look. Come here. Just
He's a
Sit down.
close your
soldier.
eyes for a second, and just picture this, right? Put Nathan Fillion on the Millennium Falcon, right?
So
Now shave
Happy place.
Chewie, and underneath all the hair
And give him a gun
is
called
Zoe,
Vera.
and it can talk.
I can't be on camera right now.
See what I mean?
God, that's
It's
so happy,
they're just
happy.
space cowboys. Nothing wrong with it.
I just did, but Mel was so awesome.
Mal is awesome, and so was Han Solo.
No,
I
Hang on,
wasn't
gentlemen.
knocking him. I
Mal,
was just
Mal
saying.
was awesome. Mal was awesome, but he didn't get his own song.
No, only one person.
Jane,
The
the man they call Jane. He robbed from the rich and he gave to the poor. Stood up to the man and he gave them what for. Our love for him now ain't hard to explain. The hero of Canton, the man they call Jane.
That's it.
I love the fact that in a
We were
14
told to be
episode
quiet when
series,
that happened.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
warned them
14
that I was like, if I
episodes-
start playing air
Hard to
banjo,
not-
shut the fuck up and let myself and kids do her thing.
I love the fact that in a 14 episode series, we got one episode out of gas that told us how we all got together. We covered everybody, but Jane got his own fucking episode. That was fucking awesome.
Because it turns out Jane, once upon a time, while doing Jane type stuff of robbing somebody fucking blind, also pulled the Jane type stuff.
Shit.
Also to pull the Jane type stuff of cocking it all up, dumping a shitload of money onto a shitload of really, really poor bastards. And the best part was, when the guy that owned the money came to get it back, they held a riot in his name. He was proud to say it, his laugh.
And I loved it because like they get on the planet and he's all like, okay, be cool. I just realized I've been here before. And then we run into a monument.
I love how the whole way through that episode, Mal thinks he's just having a mental breakdown. Like Mal just cannot fathom. I'm staying on the fucking ship.
Simon thinks he's having a mental breakdown. No, this is what madness feels like. Mal is just like, what the fuck is going on? Fuck it, we're going to use it. We're going to use it.
I was going to say, whatever we do, we use this to our advantage.
Trying to explain it to Zoe then later on, and Wash is pissed at us a newt. He's a town hero. He's a husband. You are drunk. He is, but that doesn't make it any less true.
Jay, he's such a lovable character, man. As much of an asshole. Here's the thing.
I was going to say, he is a two-faced.
I was going to say, he's like a backstabbing buffoon kind of bastard.
Hey,
like,
dude.
You're like a trained ape without the training.
Here's the thing, and it's not taking away from Shane, right? But when you've got an angry trained pit bull on board, occasionally the angry trained pit bull will get out of line. And as long as you know how to smack the angry trained pit bull upside the head, lock him in the airlock, and slowly open the door and explain, if you do that to me again, you're out the fucking door, you're going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
I just love the fact that he's a Johnny Cash character.
What?
The fact that you're like, as long as you know how to handle the pet bull, Mel did.
A guy named Jane, a boy named Sue. That's the whole point. His brother is named Maddie.
I never caught that.
And once again, because I've heard the books and things, it gets mentioned in the message when he gets the hat from his mother, the hat that you wear a hat like that, and people know you ain't afraid of nothing. Yep. It's mentioned that his brother is suffering from damp lung. That gets expanded on later on, and it turns out it's himself, it's his brother, it's their mother. There might be another brother with another girl's name, but you do not fuck with the Cobb family. That's just the thing.
And like the writing was fucking brilliant. The whole like, you don't fuck with a man walking down the street wearing that. Like there was just so many little subtle statements that just made it.
He was saying it as a joke, taking the piss out of Jane, and Jane is taking it as a compliment, which made it even better. And he was right too.
But then you have the episode where they oh man, what was it? The kid where they fought with him. They were trying to transport his body, huh?
The episode's called The Message. Tracy is the name of the character I'm thinking of.
Where they're trying to transport this fallen soldier that Mel and Zoe had served with back to his home planet. That was like some heart-wrenching shit. You know what I mean? Like there's that whole thing of the dealing with the just loss of him, dealing with the betrayal. Like, so it's not just some like happy fucking.
You also get some really nice flashbacks to the war during that episode as well, because you don't like outside of the opening episodes, you don't get a lot of touchback. It's mostly through stories like fucking
the grenades in the
Zoe
apples.
and Mal kind of recanting stories and things like that. But like that's the episode in the middle where it's nice to kind of get an extra little bit of the war story behind the whole season.
You know, so like I don't want anybody to think that this is like some fucking comedy based show. Like there was like deep writing.
It's not.
There's like good writing in this fucking show.
It's the same as every. Every good Joss Whedon show, where it's lighthearted but also serious when it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's never at any stage waka waka. Well, outside that time where fucking your one fucking does Mal over for fucking God knows how many whatever time. Do you know the episode starts off where he's just sitting buck ass naked on a rock?
Oh.
Trash.
Every time, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to fall for it. But no, here I am sitting naked on a rock in the middle of a desert, and no one knows where I am.
To be fair, his exact words were, "Yep, that went well," and later on, all according to plan. What about the part where you're naked? Everything else worked out.
I love how just and pardon the pun because it's not even a pun, it's literal. I love how balls out he just walks back onto the ship, and there's a secret thing behind that.
Yeah.
No. There's a secret thing behind that because it's like after the amount of times Saffron has fucked him royal, and he's been like Zoe has said it to him every fucking time she showed up in the picture. She is gonna fucking do you bad, man, and he never listens. And I think part of the reason he just walks balls ass out onto the ship is kind of like, well, it's not me buck naked is what's going to be the shame part of this for me. It's the fact that I just straight up fucking fell for it again. So I'm just going to wander around the ship and it's going to be fucking fine. Yep, we've all seen it now.
Well, no, hang on. To be fair, yeah, that's right. She left me balls ass naked, but at the end of the day, things went the way we wanted them to go. So I don't care. It's interesting to note.
That was the good part about Mel. Like, no matter how many times you tried pointing shit out, did we win? Well, I mean, like, we won, but the ship's fucking banged up. But we won. There's going to be a lot of money to fix the ship. But we won.
Yosef Bridge actually makes a reappearance in the story, like in the comics. And the job that she pulls off, this time I think she manages to grab Kaylee,
of course,
Inara, Zoe, and River into doing the job with them, or with her. But if I remember correctly, River doesn't so much be a part of the job as ends up tagging along and doing mad shit that most of them are unaware of.
I'd say my favorite episode, it was towards the end. I watched them like straight, so I can't remember which ones. But it was the one where they, I know it was towards the end. It was the one where they disguise as like medical people and try to get her to the hospital. That one was my favorite.
Great. It's really
those freaking guys that were chasing her with that little device that was like making people's brains melt and like goo coming out of their eyes.
The hands of blue. They like I said, they pop up later on in the stuff that came afterwards, and there is. In one of the books, one of the stories goes deeper into an explanation for them. You get a little bit more background what their job is.
That was the one where he sold them out, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And you even just from that episode, you get enough to know these are some serious fucking people. That means some serious business because they're taking out everybody that has had contact with her.
And if you think about it, that episode highlighted a lot of fucking things about the characters. Jane. If I think I can get away with it, I'm gonna fucking get away with it. You have the fucking Alliance, fuck everybody that stands in our way. But then
you have Simon Tam. You have Simon Tam basically doing what you have Simon Tam doing in medical terms what Jane does, which is turn up and verbally beat the frack out of somebody. Like you can't help but be impressed by the fact that he just walked in like a fucking gunfighter and fucking did this other guy's job better, scolded him for it, explained why he was a moron, and fucked off again like nobody's business. Badass as you please.
Because like in other episodes were shown that he had so much potential that he willingly threw away to protect his sister. So again,
and
like
a fucking rigid spine.
Right. And like you said, we see how much potential he fucking had. This wasn't some Band-Aid bullshit. Like he kind of, whoa, those stats are off. Like just as a passing by, he realized this dude's about to fuck up.
Well, River kind of went, that guy's dying. No, he's not. His doctor's dying. No, he's doing it wrong. What?
Documented through the series that he's a very very highly regarded student waiting on the cusp of greatness, except he decided to save his sister.
He is.
But then it also showcased Mel, because as much shit as he gives Simon on a regular fucking basis for being on the ship, breathing their air, being a fucking pain in his ass, he
Jane?
fucking put Jane in his place. You don't fuck with the crew. Baseline. Yeah. You know, so like that whole episode.
But that's a good captain mentality, though. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like It's like that. It's like that big brother, little brother mentality to a certain degree. You know, it's just kind of like, hey, I'll smack him upside the head and tell him he's a fucking retard as much as I fucking want. But if you say a word to him, dude, I'll pop your fucking knees out with a fucking shotgun. You know, that kind of thing.
It was more than that though, because it it was more than that though, because his line was, he's a member of the crew. You betray the crew, any member of the crew, you're betraying me because it's my crew. But what really made it interesting was you got character development out of Jane as well, because at the end of it, it's not whether or not you're going to kill me, it's don't tell them what I did.
Yes,
make it up.
exactly.
If you're going to kill me, make up a reason. Don't tell them. And as soon as he realized he was ashamed of himself, he kind of went, fair enough, lesson learned.
Right. And like I said, like there's so many episodes that give so many good points, but then there's just mind-blowingly good episodes.
Yeah.
And like that was one of those, because he finds a way to just highlight and show different aspects of a character, because Jane kind of comes off as if I can't blow it up, fuck you, like I don't want to get out of bed today.
Yeah, that's,
but then in that moment of,
you nailed Jane there. Perfect.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but the point being that there is more to him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not a lot more.
No.
I
but
like getting drunk and I like blowing stuff up.
But there is the potential to expand on it further.
Right, but what you think is a very 1 or 2 layered character turns out to be a multiple layered character, and he was able to weave these characters throughout a fucking season.
And going back to your point earlier, it gives us a look into the potential of where it could have gone had the show continued. Now, like I said, I'm lucky enough to have seen where the story goes next. Perhaps not exactly the way Joss Whedon envisioned it, but I think the way it's going, what I've seen is close enough.
He's involved in the novels and the comic, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, but I don't know how heavily he'd be involved, because you'd have other projects and stuff.
I'm sure there'd be a bit of storyline running by him, where it's just kind of like, would that be a direction that those guys would go?
Yes,
yeah,
but this
like
is my
maybe
point.
Baseline.
Hang on, this is my point. Now, people are turning to him and saying, "What if we did it this way?" And he's going, "Okay," as opposed to back in the day where it's him going, "This is what I want to do next," without other people's input as a starting point. If you get me.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I don't know if it's exact. My point being, I'm lucky enough to have seen expansions on these characters based on what little we've seen in that show.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to have seen the potential realized to a degree that we have seen in this show. Especially
the thing is
like that.
The thing what I think is like they did well is like every character had an episode that gave them their strengths. Like we got to see every character show up in one episode or the other. The only one that I kind of mentioned this to Johnny when he asked when I finished the season, and there was the one character was River. I almost said Willow for some stupid reason. Like her, to me personally, and this could have been the fact that maybe there was more to come because they were cut short after the one season, was like the last episode. That's where she's shown. Was that the last episode of the season?
I liked her sporadically.
That's the thing, is like she was very sporadically. Like sometimes it almost seemed like she wasn't even in the episode or something because of the other stuff that was going on, and that she didn't need to be involved. And there's other episodes that had that too. But like it was just so much. We're like, okay, she's supposed to be smart. She's supposed to be this, and like we get little then that episode happens and it's like, ooh, okay.
Well, that's the thing though. She is supposed to be smart and she is supposed to be this, but they broke her brain.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I get that, and then, like I said, that's the downfall of them not being able to continue it,
right?
And looking at it in hindsight, because you're like, okay, I can see where they're going to go next season, but we didn't get there.
I was going to say,
until the movie.
That's one of the reasons why the episode War Stories is one of my favorites. It's the one where Mal and Wash get grabbed by Nishka.
Oh God!
So the two lads are being tortured by Nishka, and Mal is keeping Wash sane by basically talking shit out with him about why Zoe, the whole issue between the three of them, him, Zoe, and Wash, because Zoe is Wash's wife. But Zoe, in Wash's own words, there's obeying, Mal. There's obeying going on right under my nose.
And she has too many husbands.
And again, like that shows that multifaceted, because Wash kind of comes off as a very easygoing. Where are we going to go if we crash? It's where the wind takes us, But then, like, he has that fucking foot down. Like, no, I'll go. She's staying here.
Yeah. But my point was going to be that the crew does eventually, a rescue operation is mounted, and a situation occurs whereby Kaylee is pinned down on her own, and she's too scared to do anything. Now, previously in the episode, we had Kaylee and River running around, and they were fighting over an apple. Kaylee got it back, stood up and went, "No power in the verse can stop me," as she gets the apple. River comes up to Kaylee when she's pinned down by fire, looks out, takes the gun from Kaylee, closes her eyes, and pops all three of these guys. Looks, smiles.
Why? Right.
No power in the burst can stop me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like that right there is what the Alliance was trying to make.
Yeah.
And that scares the ever living shit out of fucking Kaylee. Like that.
That was getting right towards the end too, because that was like
and
the second.
That also
episode.
carries over into what we're going to be talking about after this as well. Which I have to say before we. No, I'll wait till we get into it to say it.
I will say another one of my episodes that I really dug, and because like companion horror, like
Heart of Gold.
Is that it?
Where they go to basically. Inara is contacted by an old companion comrade who's left again. She's explaining it to Mal. He's like, "Oh, they're a whole house full of companions. No, they're whores." I thought you didn't like that term. It's applicable. They're independent.
Right. And so, like
Fair
I said, I like, because people are chiming in, like, he just called them whores. Yeah, but not in the I don't know.
Term. It's not an insult. It's a job description as opposed to an insult.
But that was another one of my fucking episodes that I really dug because that gave us depth into Inara and Mel. Like dude, it was
story.
I was just going to say, and it's just a good straight up cowboy story.
Yeah.
Like, which one is that one?
It's the one where they land on a planet. They essentially have to stay in a brothel. Mal kind of hooks up with the head lady of the brothel.
Is that the one where there was like the one chick that was pregnant?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my least favorite out of all of them.
Really?
I don't know why.
Like, as much as I've liked everything, the whole space western, that was a space fucking western.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean, I get that.
I fucking
that
thought
also might have been where I was watching it. My son was being very loud, so I may have not been able to get the whole story and everything that was going on.
To be fair, Heart of Gold is the second last episode, so you might have been a little bit kind of chugged out.
That too. I started pretty early, and it went all till almost midnight.
No. Heart of Gold was a good one for me.
Did you do it all in one day?
Yeah, I started about 10 o'clock yesterday morning. I took a couple of breaks because I had to go get the kids and get dinner and shit like that, make dinner. Other than that, it was all day.
Holy shit.
I ate through it on Monday and Serenity.
Yeah, that's how you do it, bro.
Right, I get that, but you and me have also seen it how many fucking times, so we're still processing down the road. Buzz, a newcomer, Clockwork Orange, fucking the entire tale of Serenity.
Dude,
Buzz, what about this scene? Did it have the blue?
That's why. I would say that's why they're kind of all blended in together.
To be fair, back in the day, I had only sporadically seen Babylon 5, a couple episodes here and there. I got my hands on all of it, and I watched it all back to back, except for the last season, because the last season didn't happen.
Wow.
So four seasons, 22 episodes each episode about an hour long. And I just went...
I've binged seasons, but then never had to sit down and say...
I didn't really have much of an option, though. I had to get it done.
Right.
That's...
I've been able
to. I was like, hey, I have nothing left in my life to do right now. Let's watch a TV program for the whole day.
Thanks. You make me look like a real fucking loser there. Cheers, bud.
It's kind of trying to put that down. And
he's just soaking in. There's a guy named Mel. There's horses. Nope. Okay, cool. Where when I binge some shit, I'm like, this is pretty...
when you talk about the episodes, I know, but if I'm going to say, that's why I said what episode was. Because I know them. I just order names.
It's all one big story to you.
Yeah, it's all just one big.
Say, the last episode, and I can't remember the name of it, but it focused
Objects
more on
space.
There we go. Thank you.
I like that a lot.
That was kind of a weird one for me.
It was weird.
Unfortunately, because it's weird because that's the episode everything ends on, but just in general because this dude came out of nowhere. I know, we've been
don't it?
It was just a weird episode to end on.
It was also how funny things switched. As soon, he was such a hard ass, and I was I've locked everybody here, and you're gonna do what I say. I'm gonna put my fucking bullet between your eyes, and then as soon as she starts talking at him through the ship, and he's just only my mommy knows that and shit like that, and he just
he's a sociopathic control freak. He has certain tendencies, and as soon as the situation is beyond his acceptable limits, that's when he starts to kind of question his abilities, his surrounding, and the situation. And that's when people like that are most dangerous.
The very end of the episode, he's just like, "Yep, I'm floating in space.
Here I am."
Yep. And then end.
That's a great episode.
But that's kind of it is.
I like that one a lot.
Like that,
nice bit of
like out of
philosophy.
all the episodes there, I think that's probably the one that's on the most horror level because it just happens that it's a fucking serial killer instead of a fucking alien. Going through the shit.
Yeah. And like I said, that's the one that finally we get to see River like at her. I mean, like you said, you saw her at the end of that one episode, but this one's like majority of the episode, like maybe 10, 15 minutes at the beginning or whatever. She's
I
kind
partially
of
think
not even being seen.
I partially think because of the two cliffhangers where you get kind of this minor glimpse into what River is technically designed to do are one of the major reasons that Serenity happened, because everybody, it was like that episode of The Simpsons, do you know, when the Yakuza were fighting outside or the Triads were fighting outside the house, and he's like, but Marge, the guy in the white suit showed up, and I know if I walk away, he's going to do something cool. It was like that. I think like the entire world was like, you showed us kind of what she could do, and now we know that she's able to do stuff, but we want to see it. Segue. That's where,
do we
see it, because that's where Serenity comes in. So we're going to hit you with the trailer for Firefly, and we're going to be back where we're going to be talking about the cherry on the cake that is the storyline of Firefly, because 20th Century Fox fucked up the airing and then cancelled this awesome show after one goddamn episode. Who just went, You?
Who do you think?
Oh,
the one that's been doing that all night tonight.
Trailer!
The Alliance said they were going to waltz through Serenity Valley, and we choked them with those words. We've done the impossible, and that makes us mighty. Just a little while longer, our angels are going to be soaring overhead, raining fire on those arrogant gods. So you hold! You hold! Go!
What were you in the war? A big war you failed to win. You're a sergeant, yeah? Sergeant Malcolm Reynolds, Balls and Bayonets Brigade. Big, tough veteran. Now you got yourself a ship and you're a captain. Only I think you're still a sergeant, see? Still a soldier. Man of honor in a den of thieves.
I do the job. And then I get paid. Go run your little world. No matter how long the arm of the Alliance might get, we'll just get ourselves a little further. Small crew, they must feel the need to be free, take jobs as they come.
She still has the advantage over us.
Everyone always does. That's what makes us special. Tell you, Zoe, we get a mechanic, get her up and running again, hire a good pilot, live like real people. You never have to be under the heel of nobody ever again.
You ever sailed in a Firefly?
No.
I mostly keep to myself, when I'm not whoring.
Because what this marriage needs is one more shouting match.
No, what this marriage needs is one less husband.
Take us out of the world, Wash. Got us some crime to be done.
Mal, this is Simon.
You seem so young to be a doctor.
Simon Tam, we're bound by law to stand down.
This is my sister. The government was playing with her brain. I don't know if she'll be all right. I don't know what they did to her.
I get confused.
Or why. I just have to keep her safe. We're looking for a girl. This girl.
I think she's a reader.
Psychic?
Can't be controlled. Can't be trusted.
Everyone could just go on without me and not have to worry. I'll be your bounty jubilant.
And I'll just fade away.
Now! What is it that makes you so afraid of the Alliance?
Is that why you let us stay? So you could use us as bargaining chips?
They're not taking her and you are not giving her to them. We lose this ground, we lose it all. You're going
to hold this ground! You turn on any of my crew, you turn on me!
No power in the universe can stop me.
We're still flying. That's not much. It's enough.
A trade? Hell, it's theft. This is the best damn gun made by man. It has extreme sentimental value. It's miles more worthy than what you got.
What I got? She has a name.
So does this. I call it Vera.
Grr, arg.
Bad boss.
And we're back. That was the trailer for season 1 of Firefly. I'd forgotten about Vera. God damn it, she's a fine lady.
Vera's awesome.
Vera's awesome.
Vera.
Shane's main squeeze.
Shane's gun.
Oh, yep. I'm
Yes.
trying to put a face to it. I'm like,
It's not a face, it's a caliber you need to put to it.
so Serenity.
Yeah, so
Are we rating Firefly?
So, for those that heard us talk about the season of Firefly, then there's the movie.
okay, I've got a speech to go into before we do it, if you don't mind. So, last year, trust me, the speech will make sense. You'll see where I'm going with this. I'm sure Giz can figure out where I'm going. Last year, everyone started kicking up and been like, you know what? It's so good to see a movie company and the fan base be able to change the direction the movie company is going with something in the form of Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that. And everyone was like, it doesn't happen. It might even be the first time that it happened. And while everyone was saying that it might be the first time that it happened, I was screaming, no, motherfucker. Long before Sonic fucking existed in movie format, the fans of fucking Firefly kicked up a fucking stink, kind of literally being like, hey, assholes, you left us on what can only be described as a major fucking cliffhanger with no fucking resolution whatsoever.
Blue balls.
And we will not stand for it. And I've spent $500 on this red coat and I thought it was going to be more. You will give me an end to this story, or I, by all will find Joss Whedon and eat his soul in front of you myself. So after those death threats came from me and my family, Joss Whedon and 20th century, not 20th Century Fox, Universal Pictures listened to the fan base and went off and were like, okay, we should probably sew up this fucking story because people are fucking, whoa. And then Serenity came out. God damn, I love this movie.
God damn, I liked this movie.
That's fine.
I'm not going to lie. I saw Serenity and then saw Firefly, which unfortunately did myself a bit of a disservice. Because what happened was, right, when Firefly came out first, bear with me, when Firefly came out first, I understandably didn't get to see any of it. Terminator Sarah Chronicles comes out. I see Sarah Summer Glau in that. I see her pop up in a couple other things. I see her on the cover of a film called Serenity. I think, oh, cool, this could be good. Turns out it's fucking awesome and is actually the movie of a series. And I got to go back and it's just been released on DVD because everyone thought the movie was cool. I'm getting that and I'm wanting that. And why did I not watch this the right way the first time? But it doesn't matter.
My biggest problem was
we're just going to start off with problems.
Continuation.
Do the plot. Okay, cool. Perfect.
Get the problems out of the way.
Problems out of the way, then we'll fill people in.
Like, before Firefly, you've got Serenity. Like, seriously, though, like, it's just in a sense, it's a recap of the show. Simon, still on the run from the Alliance. Why? His sister River. Who's he running with? The crew of Firefly. Like, I just...
Yeah, hey, do you remember how
Because not all the crew is there.
So, quick recap there, seeing as he seems to have forgotten the ending of the TV series that we just finished on. The TV series that had no ending, if you know what I mean, as such, right? Where Doctor and his crazy sister are still on the run from the Alliance. Nobody has figured out what's actually up with her fucking brain box. They just know that it's broken, and he happens to be moseying on his way trying to solve these problems on a young ship called Serenity with the fucking crew.
Which is what he was doing the entire first season.
Yeah, this was literally made to finish off.
Like, in a sense, though, because
we have got story progression.
There is story progression, yeah.
The main problem I have is, like, by the time the series ended, Mel had like accepted the doctor, like we were all kind of like family. I felt like Serenity had backed up a bit.
See, you have to
and kind of kicked the doctor back.
You have to take into account when you're doing something from TV to movie that you can't just base the movie upon the fact that everybody of the fan base has seen the TV series. You also have to make a product that is appealable to the general masses. So there is a little bit of backtracking character development, I will admit.
There's a very good reason why there's confrontation between them as well. And it's explained ridiculously quickly. Yep. It's not like it comes up out of the blue. It's like, yeah, they're all one big happy family, except Mal did something that he didn't like, put his sister in danger, or so he perceives. And that's the straw that broke the camel's back.
In fairness, he didn't perceive. Like, he literally put his sister in danger.
Right. But like, no. I'm talking about like there was just and okay, you know what? Maybe it's just me. Like, it wasn't the whole putting her in danger because he had done that several times during the show. It felt like we were kind of introducing the Doctor and Mel.
No, he didn't. There was times that shit happened on the ship that put her in danger, not directly responsible.
But it wasn't because she was. Yeah,
it was.
She really didn't leave the ship until that was like I said, that last
couple of episodes.
Well, there was the episode Safe. There was the episode Safe where she left the ship as they were putting out cows and ended up getting bloody abducted along with her brother.
But like, but genuinely, dude, all of the stuff any of the stuff danger-wise that happens Summer during the
series.
No, wait, sorry, Winter. I got the wrong.
No, you were right.
Summer's
River.
Sorry,
Summer is the actress. The character's name is River.
Thank you. So the all of the stuff that happens River danger-wise is as in someone's broken onto the ship and causing havoc. They've been raided by the Alliance or anything like that. This is the first time that Mel's directly gone to Dr. Boy. Your sister's a person on the ship and part of the fucking crew. She needs to start earning her fucking way. So let Ninja Bitch go out and fucking give us a hand with the fucking...
Well, at the time, it's let Psychic Girl come along and let me know.
Because the Ninja said
I knew it was something to do with her powers.
I guess it just seemed like the entire cast had like been backed up 10 minutes or umpteen, and then the movie.
But like Johnny said, though, that's because of the people that may not have seen the series to kind of be like, all right.
Yeah, and
this is our reintroduction, or
this wasn't like a Firefly TV special. This was like an in the cinemas general release.
Right. And to be fair, there's character progression in regards, most specifically Book and Inara, who in the series said they're leaving the ship. When the film starts, they've left the ship. They are elsewhere.
So we've picked a couple characters to go ahead and pick up where we left off, but then we've picked a couple characters where we've decided to back up for the audience that may not have watched the TV show. Like, that was my point. Like, it was just kind of a weird, like, I get that we need, like, we've seen the MCU. So for the comic book people, hey, here's the MCU. We want to broaden our horizon. So in this sense, like, hey, here's the people that may not have seen Firefly. We need this, like, weird, rough kind of reintroduction between Mel and the Doctor. But hey, fuck, Booker has been on here forever. Hey, here's some dude that's now on a planet out in the middle of fucking nowhere, but Mel knows him really well, and he just like picked off where he left off. Like, it was just a weird. It didn't have the same flow, I guess, as I was expecting.
I don't know. I thought it just worked well as a continuation on from the story. To be perfectly honest, any character that was supposed to move on had moved on. We were given a reason why. You know, the Doctor has thrown a hissy fit and is leaving with his sister.
Speaking of moving on, will we get him a little bit more into the actual plot of the movie? So, as we said, it seemingly picks up a little bit where Mal is without Inara and without Shepard. They're already gone off the ship. They're about to do a job. As I said, there's a conversation between Mal and the Doctor, where he's essentially like, your sister's fucking got to start earning some fucking money, bro, because we need to put some fucking food on the table, basically, for everyone. But she's got to start chipping in, and you're useless as fuck in a combat situation. She's able to read people's fucking brain boxes, so I can see that been handy, to be blatantly honest. So they go off. They're supposed to be doing their job. The job is going fine, as jobs go? Well, as jobs with the Firefly crew go anyway, it's going relatively smoothly until a bunch of fucking reavers show up in town. And they do reaver shit.
Run!
Take it away for a little bit there.
Run! So, yeah.
I feel your
crew
vocabulary will
I will say,
describe the reaver
like,
onslaught a little. What?
We definitely got, like, of all the hints that we got about reavers, the movie did give some, like, direct reaver, like, the mass panic that everybody...
I won't lie to you, dude. This reaver, this movie is literally custom designed to explain and answer what the reavers are and what the shit is actually going on with Summer's brain.
And they do it really well, to be perfectly honest. You know, the reavers hit, and it's a testament to how terrifying they are, that when someone tries to glom onto the ride that Mal and the lads are using, they can't bring him with them. You know, the mule won't run with that many people, so Mal kicks him off. When the reavers get their hands on this guy, Mal puts a bullet in his chest rather than anything.
Right.
You know. And that's a kindness. That's seen as a kind of like...
because he's about to get raped, skinned alive, eaten, and worn as fucking food. Possibly not in that order. Or worn as clothing. Possibly not in that order.
But that also shows that whole, like, Mel's like, oh, you're about to be fucked. I'll give you a fucking kindness that Zoe called him out on later.
Well, to be fair, he also did tell everybody what to do to avoid getting fucked up. And this guy chose not to do what he was told to do.
He literally said there's a big, massive reaver-proof bunker that all of you just need to fucking lock the door to. It should be fine. No. Please take me with you. No. You stay here. Sorry,
Get off my lift. You're going to slow us all down.
Call me crazy, because I know Giz has the same opinions on this. It could be that Giz and I are just cold-hearted or something. I don't know. But my objective is...
I don't think it was cold-hearted.
My objective is to keep my ship and my crew safe. Miscellaneous hanger-on. Sure, if my ship could carry your fucking dead-ass weight behind me, I'm more than happy to let you keep on swinging. But unfortunately, bro, you're weighing down my ship, so I gotta go.
But the call was also like, cool, Zoe, what should I have done? Kicked off the money? So we starve a week later? We run out of gas a week later? Like, he was looking out for the crew.
Maybe Jane.
Well, okay, but again, we get a highlight of what Jane is there for.
Blowing
Hey, he walks in.
up.
Hey, whoa, put the grenades away. But fine.
Gee, sure would be great if you had some grenades right about now.
That's actually a semi-running joke from the TV series, because Jane is always trying to go in with some grenades or something. Mal's like, I really don't think we're going to need grenades this time. Do you know what I mean? I think we just leave the grenades. I'm never going to get to use these goddamn fucking grenades. You do get a payoff of that later on in the movie, because there is a mission where he's like, Shane, bring your grenades, or Jane, bring your grenades.
No, it's not even that. They're in the middle of shit, and Mal just turns to Jane. Jane, tell me you brought them.
Of course I brought them. I always bring them.
But I love the prequel. But I love the prequel as they're like trying to fight off this fucking reaver. Really would be good if we had some grenades right about now. Fucker. Like, that was just fucking awesome, dude.
They eventually managed to get away from the reavers by the skin of their teeth and the fact that Mal is a dead-eyed shot when he needs to be.
And Wash is a badass pilot.
Yeah, Wash.
Yes, and Wash is a badass pilot. Wash is a leaf on the wind. See how he soars.
Yes, and he's also a pirate of the Steve. See how he yars.
And a mighty master of dinosaurs. Rawr, rawr, rawr. He does. He's got all dinosaurs on the front of his desk.
I was like,
he
are we
plays with
still talking about Serenity, or is he in movies?
Yeah, I am actually. Don't worry, I'm on topic. We're good. So anyway,
how do you? Oh, go ahead.
They get back to the ship. Simon is none too pleased about their arrival and the fact that his sister is in danger, nor the fact that they apparently have a bit of a reaver tag-along who is quickly shot to fucking death. So they decide that once River gets her cut of the bounty, they are off the ship and on their merry way. Cool, off you go. All fine and dandy. Except that when Mal and Jane go to deliver the money to the Mingo and Fancy.
Fancy. Mingo and Fancy.
Yeah, Fancy's the pretty one.
Yep.
They go to deliver the money. Somehow River wanders into the same bar. Now, it turns out that there is an operative. I used that word earlier for describing Book. He has no
She
rank,
doesn't
no
wander
name.
into the
His
same bar.
job,
Aren't they all in the general vicinity of the same bar?
The operative's not in the bar.
No. This is what I'm getting to. Okay. We have been introduced to an operative earlier in the movie. He is tracking down the Thames. He is ruthless in his methods, and he has decided that the best thing they can possibly do is to basically broadcast her trigger command and wait to see where shit kicks off. And boy, howdy, shit kicks off.
Can anybody pronounce his name?
The actor?
Yeah,
character.
because he's a good fucking actor.
I know he plays Baron Mordo in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I'm just looking now to see.
Like Chai Whittle?
No.
Again, like it.
Okay.
I don't.
My bad. This is why I.
This
is why I don't fucking do names. He was a badass motherfucker to pick for the character. Like
maybe Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Fine, because I was told no. So we'll go with his name. He again, like picking really good actors. That dude's fucking awesome.
And he is
the nameless man.
I was going to say he's a very good bad guy. That he has a code. He has rules. He is sticking with them.
I documented on the show. I love a bad guy that's sophisticated, opposed to just being a thug.
Yeah,
He's
and
like gentlemen. Bad guys are fucking awesome. I love them.
The thing, he describes himself as a monster, but he is a necessary monster. The things he does are evil, but they're done for the greater good. He
knows his place in life. He's like, look, dude, I'm here to clear shit out for a better fucking life.
Yeah.
Well, what happens after? Well, there won't be room for me. Like, he acknowledged that, dude.
Yeah, and more importantly, he knows, River Tam knows something. We see that the most powerful psychic, and the guy creating her put her in a room with the most influential people in the Alliance. Knob jockey. So his job, he doesn't care what River knows. He cares that she knows something, and he needs to find and stop that knowledge. And he will use any means necessary, including turning a fucking bar by translating subliminal messages that turns Little River into a fucking murder machine. It is awesome.
And seeing a 95-pound...
Never getting old.
She grabbed him by the bowels.
Yep.
Yeah, but like...
by the bowels.
And,
in answer to our question as to who plays the operative guy, I literally Googled his name and then typed in how to pronounce afterwards. So here we go.
Thank you.
Chiwetel for the first name. Chiwetel. And then Eji Ofa.
Okay.
Ofa.
I wasn't too far off in the first one, but I mangled
he's
the second
done a bunch of shit. I like.
Oh, sorry.
You know what I mean? Like he's
Ejiofor. Ejiofor?
Yeah, I wasn't too. Yeah, Ejiofor.
Ejiofor.
Oh.
Well, I'm assuming because it's an FAW at the end. So.
I wasn't too far off.
Yeah.
I mangled it, but not too badly.
But what's cool is like you get him and like you get him and his kind of fucking where he like you said it earlier, he's a fucking gentleman with a fucking mission. He knows his fucking value in life. But then you have Shepard.
He's a samurai.
Yeah,
iterates.
He's just a soldier. Do you know what I mean? He knows.
No, I mean he's a straight up samurai. He's the way that he comports himself.
Because like Shepard Book is like, dude, you've not met a motherfucker like this. He has a faith behind what he does, and he's not going to stop until he does what he's supposed to do. I think the word he used
was an unrelenting faith behind what he does, if memory serves me correctly.
Right.
Just I like the gravitas it adds to the general tone.
Oh, it
the kind
does.
of man they send after you is saddle up and smile.
Right. And so like that just makes his character that much fucking cooler. Where you're like, I don't hate you, but I'm not supposed to like you.
Oh no, I'm totally cool with cheering him on.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like and then you're like, go on, Mal, go on up with it.
Even when it gets to like the eventual, like it builds up. You can tell because there's some great little dialogue between them as the movie goes between him and Mal. But like you get the proper fight between the two of them, and there's such a civility between the two of them. Mal's like a fucking animal to a certain degree. Do you know what I mean? But Like, your man very much explains that he's like, I respect what you're doing, and I respect that you have faith in what you believe in, but I also have faith in what I believe in, and you're fucking wrong, motherfucker.
Yep. Which also leads up to a very brutal but awesome fight scene with the crew, like
Reavers.
River?
Thank you.
Oh, Reavers.
Reavers. You've got Mel fighting this motherfucker.
Can I
blood
just say,
pressure
right?
was boiling.
I would just like to say, right, bear in mind, like I said a while ago, I'd seen the movie before I saw the TV show. So the film gets to the stage whereby they have to go back. They know they're going to be running into a whole mess of the Alliance. Now, somebody goes, they're going to see us coming. Mal goes, they're never going to see this coming. I swear to the gods. I turned to the lads watching it with me and I go, he's going to do blah, blah, blah. 5 minutes later, he did exactly what I said he was going to do. And I just went, yes!
And again, that was that kind of fucking character development where he's so easygoing, but then there's those moments.
Well, you see, that's the thing.
If you don't fucking like it, get the fuck off the boat. Because this is what we're
the
doing.
Thing with Mal, which is great, is like he is like Mal predominantly is the comedy relief to a certain degree throughout the show, but also
he's the roguish hero.
But hang on, the whole thing with Mal's comedy relief is that a lot of his sarcastic quips in comedy are to cover up this hardened, dark soldier underneath, and sometimes when you hit Mal's fuck it switch, shit goes fucking down.
And even.
Hey, Nishka,
we even get those moments where like
the real me.
We even get those moments where like Jane gets a little too mouthy and Zoe not even making eye contact. Like, oh Jane, you don't want to fucking go there, bro. Just fucking leave. Like she even fucking knows she's seen that kind of fucking. If he ain't joking, you better start walking, bro.
That's once again when we were talking about it. That's one of the reasons why I like the episode War Stories, because Wash turns around and he goes, he's insane. Like, you told me the stories, but I didn't get it before. He kept me from breaking just by being a mad bastard. And then at the end of it, when he gets loose, and just the look on his face when he turns to Nishka, you want to meet the real me.
Right.
Like, okay. And like you said, we get to see that soldier's focus, especially in this. He even says it. Anara comments that she's seen so many different versions of him. She doesn't know which one to go with. He says, I'll go to war. You're going to see a whole different version.
And that was such a beautiful fucking line, dude.
Yeah, and we do, especially like the lead up to their comeback from finding out the secret that burned up River's brain. When they finally discover it, and you realize all this shit, and it's like fuck, and the determination there. And like I said, they know they're going back into the Alliance. They know they're going back into a fleet. And all that went through my head is, if I was him, I'd do this. And it's exactly what they did. And it's just so poetic and brilliant. Because later on, you have the line out of the operative of, there's, do you have any idea how many innocent people are dying up there? And Mal turns around and he goes, you have no idea how right you are. And it just, once again, the brilliant writing, the different story elements that you could see how if they had done another season, this could have been something that was stretched out over a number of episodes, maybe the last few. But for the sake of it, they decided to focus on this one story element and just give us all of this in the movie to fill in what is, to be fair, two of the most glaring things about Firefly. A, what's to do with the Reavers, and B, what the hell is River supposed to do? Holy sweet mother to find frack.
Right.
That's what she does.
Like, had the Alliance actually had her, so much of the fucking world.
I actually say, like, I have to give credit to the way that they orchestrated this whole movie, because it was, like, as you said, there were, like, the two big issues, and what most of the fan base was so fucked off about when the TV series ended, because it was like, Jesus Christ, you literally just introduced the Reavers and you just made her a fucking killer ninja from hell. What the shit is going on? They managed to write a really awesome movie around, we need to explain these two things. Like, I have to say, one of the people you didn't really get to meet in the TV series that you only got to meet in Serenity, that I fucking love the guy, hands down.
Mr. Universe.
Mr. Universe. That cat man. I'll go drink.
David Krumholtz.
Yeah, I love that guy and everything.
Cried like a baby. A hungry, angry baby.
He's in,
oh, dude.
He's in that,
It's just this little, Zoe, you flirting with me.
Oh.
Like, he just had, like, such a weird, awesome character.
Give me a sec. I have
the actor's name is David Krumholtz.
No, I know the actor's name. I just can't remember the...
Oh, okay.
Rules of Attraction, is that the movie he was in?
He also did.
Harold and Kumar.
Oh, I know he was in Harold.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
And the TV show Numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 seconds. Is that him there?
And he's in the Santa Claus film franchise with Tim Woof Allen.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, he's
When he was like
he's
a
the head
fucking
elf.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, I forgot
He's in
about that.
Adam's Family Values as well.
As the boyfriend from summer camp.
Holy sweet mother of God.
Yeah, right.
I knew his face from somewhere. That's what it was. 'Cause I hadn't seen it.
That dude's been in so much shit. Holy hell.
No, that's actually what it is. Because I haven't seen any of the other films that we talked about. I haven't seen any of them. But there was something I was like, I know his face, and now
What?
something.
And Buzz gets to own some shit. No, you know what? Like, if you're kind of into math, I really dug the TV show Numbers.
Oh,
because he plays a big
I'm
math guy.
not already. I'm gonna fall asleep before you're done.
But his brother's an FBI agent, so he helps his brother kind of solve shit through mathematics.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, no, Mr. Universe is fucking brilliant. He's just
yes, dude.
Oh man, he's awesome. He is. Let me see the best way to describe him. You can't stop the signal. The signal goes. Yeah. You can't stop the signal. Never stop the signal. It goes everywhere, and I go everywhere it goes. So he basically like security feeds, fucking things like that. In his own words, oh Mal, you were always bringing me the best violence.
Oh
And
yeah, because you go to him to figure out like what triggered fucking River in the bar. He's like, hey, look at this. Like he's got his fingers in fucking everything.
And that's how they suss out that it was a subliminal thing. And more importantly, it's how they suss out that somebody else watched the video file before he ripped it, that someone else is hunting for River. And that's the whole beginning of the trail. And it really does. For what it is, it does a good job of, like I said, you could see how it could go over a few episodes, but, you know, compressed in, they do a good job story-wise, pacing-wise. I think it works.
I will say that, like, I did not conventionally watch Firefly when I first saw it. So when we had the whole, like, we speak a lot in, like, Japanese, Chinese, and there was no translation, that really fucked me up for the first few. I'm like, did I miss something? Like, and then I got, like, the box set, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel so stupid now. Okay, cool. Like, so that really kind of fucked me up as watching it.
That was one of the things that fucked over the TV show in general, was people also were in the same mindset of you, because without seeing the initial war story bit at the start, you don't know that. That's where all of that gets set up, is in that initial intro story.
Well, it's never really, I don't think it's ever really explained in the TV series, but there is background material that the idea that the main, there's a load of ships that leave Earth but the ones that settled there were, I think, a conglomeration, or by happenstance, it was basically the Chinese and the American contingent. So they were the ones that settled this system. So as a result, everyone basically grew up speaking both English and Chinese, which is why all the signs are multilingual and everything like that. And it's also the reason why I think a lot of the times when they are speaking Chinese, because of the situation, while you might not be able to understand the words, you're pretty able to figure out their intent. You know, and
there's definitely like the facial expression or the body language that says we're good, we're fucked. You know, But like I said, I didn't watch it in a conventional way, so I was like, is this important? I don't. But it was later on that it took in that I was like, oh, body language, facial expression, like we're selling it that
situation, what's going on, what they might be, what logic dictates they're most likely saying.
Yep. Exactly.
Right, I think all in all, that's Firefly pretty much covered up, I think. Or, both, because Serenity. Yeah, Firefly and Serenity in general. I suppose we'll do ratings before we move on.
Can I give it 2?
You can't. No,
I'm kidding. No, I know.
So by 2, do you mean 1 for Serenity and 1 for Firefly?
I was going to ask, because we never actually rated Firefly.
If you want to give it a 2 in that aspect, I'm totally okay with that. Okay, cool.
Then definitely 2.
Cool. 2 for me, 2.
1 each.
2. Dose.
2. 4 stars all round.
4 stars all round. TV show and the follow-up movie. Okay, so here's the trailer for... Excuse me, hiccups. here's the trailer for Serenity, and we're going to be back just to say our goodbyes and let you know what's coming up for the rest of the weekends and next week and things like that. So catch you in a wee bit. Toodles.
Y'all got on this boat for different reasons, but you all come to the same place. So now I'm asking more of you than I have before. As sure as I know anything, I know this. I am to misbehave. I'm taking your sister under my protection here.
The only people she's a threat to is us on this boat.
It isn't safe. They're coming.
I think we better go.
Where are you hiding, little girl?
The Alliance wanted the reason they shouldn't have sent an assassin.
Every minute you keep River Tam from me, more people will die. This was your fault.
I don't murder children.
I do.
The Alliance has gone to enormous trouble to find you, friend. You'll know what it is you're carrying. You know that girl.
She is a mite unpredictable. Mood swings of a sort.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
It's a fair bet the Alliance knows what's coming.
No. They're not gonna see this coming.
Let's be bad guys.
We're not alone.
No more running.
This is gonna get pretty interesting.
Define interesting.
Oh God, we're all gonna die?
I want to resolve this like civilized men. I'm not threatening you. I'm unarmed.
Good.
And that was the trailer for Serenity. It's all kinds of awesome.
Oh, especially that last fucking fight scene with River.
Oh,
boss.
Oh, man, it's literally the payoff that we've been waiting a season.
Have
and
been waiting, not just a season. You've been waiting a season and several years
Oh.
after to see.
No.
Yeah.
Now, this is probably one of the only things that I can say that was beneficial for me not having seen the series first. I 110% did not see her surviving that. I was like, okay, she's gone. And then it cuts back and it's kind of like, then again, she's making shit of them. This is awesome.
She's doing more than just making shit of them. She's literally punt kicking them across the fucking room.
Oh, she had an axe in one hand, a sword in the other. She was dicing and slicing. It was hot.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, for somebody that watches it in order, I was like, payoff. Thank you. Oh, this is beautiful.
I love.
There's been a lot of grown men crying tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Firefly, you're allowed to
Carter
cry.
multiple times.
I'm pretty sure he was the only grown man who was crying.
I thought Giz did it earlier too, but I could be wrong. It's been a long night, guys.
Giz and I
don't
don't
know what's going
express
on with
emotions
anything.
to the best of my knowledge. Anger.
Well, we do laughter and rage.
Anger and not angry. They're my two
I'm just going to say,
de facto modes.
I find myself laughing quite often.
we cry sometimes, and it's okay.
For all I know, I'm still watching Firefly. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Anyway, that's
I could
it
be-
for the.
You could be Han Solo guy. You could be. I don't know what's going on.
That's it for the Firefly special tonight. Myself and Giz are going to be over on Sunday night here on the YouTubes, where we are going to be doing some animal attack style horror movies for the podcast. I don't know what ones we're going to do yet, but I'm sure one of them will have a bear in it. So that'll be good. Buzz and Carter are going to be doing the Godzilla episode that was missing from this week, if I am correct, on Tuesday.
This week and last week.
Next Thursday, we are going to be doing part 2 of our... What's the name of that show again? Monsterland. Yeah, we're going to be covering the final half of season 1 of Monsterland. And there will be a poll up on Amino on Monday, probably, or possibly Sunday or Saturday, one of those days, with the list of episodes from Monsterland, and let us know what one we should play. How long are they again? An hour?
I think 45 minutes or so.
45 minutes. We might run 2, seeing as because that.
But we also or we could do a poll of what goes with it, because we still need to figure out 2 other movies, unless that's going to be a standalone.
Last time we just did it Monsterland by itself.
Yeah, we kind of took the 2 segments per bit, wasn't it? It was like 6, 7.
The shorter of the things we decided to do by itself, but we were gonna, 14 episodes of Firefly plus another movie plus a third movie.
We did it for you.
We don't make sense sometimes.
Be thankful we did it for you.
Yeah.
Your benefit, dude.
We did it for you.
Your benefit.
Do you know what I mean? Dude, in fairness, when there's been a movie that you told us you haven't seen before.
I know, which I'm not doing anymore.
But in my defense, right? All of the movies, I know you have it in your head that, God, he makes me watch some amount of shit movies. None of them are ever the ones that you've been like, I've never seen that before. And all 3 of us have gone, what the fuck? How have you not seen that? They're usually good movies. Or at least okay movies, in your opinion. Some of them didn't land completely. Do you know what I mean? I'm aware I make you watch a lot of shit. I also have to watch the same shit.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
but I just in my defense, when I decide to make an episode about something that you've said I haven't seen, there's a reason. It's not because it's poop. Bar 1 or 2 where it was just like, oh no, that's so shit. We need to watch that.
Right.
It's not the fact that I had to watch it and thing. It's just how much I had to watch.
And in defense,
usually
when we pick shit, it's not like hey, there's a TV show, 6 films, and usually it's like, oh, hey, here's like face
Also,
off.
in my defense, if you go back through the episode of last week, you'll find that when I said we were going to do the Firefly episode, it was literally described as we'll do Firefly and Serenity and a movie yet to be determined of a cowboy versus aliens theme, which turned out to be Cowboys versus Aliens.
Regardless of when you told me, it was still
to be fair, I gave a couple of options in regards to the space western notion, and Cowboys and Aliens was the one that got voted on.
Yes,
Yep.
Or got voted.
Yes, because we
asked everybody to help
the
us
people
out,
when they tell us to do things within the realms of the things that we've asked them to tell us what to do.
I'm not gonna lie, I can appreciate them helping us out like they do.
I like it because now I don't have to pick movies on a Thursday. I just need to come up with the general theme, and 33% of my problems are already solved.
Damn straight. I write up some shit like, hey, here's some shit. Which should we watch? Go you. So I appreciate it.
So apparently, the International Space Station has Firefly and Serenity up there as viewing material for anyone that goes up, because it was brought up. It was brought up by NASA astronaut Stephen Swanson. In
is that like NASA's way of like low key kind of been like, okay, here's the story, guys, right? You're up in space. We're all aware that the Earth could blow up at any time now. And what I'm trying to tell you is that if Earth blows up, we need you to go and colonize the rest of the galaxy and set everything up like a bunch of space cowboys.
No, actually, I'm pretty sure it was the guy who's a big fan of the series, thought this is awesome. I'm going to bring it up here where all the rest of the astronauts can see it and think it's cool as well.
Fun. I like Johnny's answer better.
I was trying to paint a picture.
Well, you like my ideas for films better than the actual films half the time as well, but as you keep telling me, that doesn't necessarily make them real.
So Rochi said, make them watch Into the West. What the fuck is that?
No.
Isn't that an animated movie?
No. Tato.
Oh, it's a fucking horse, Tato. It's a fucking horse.
It's pronounced Into the West.
Yeah, that's true. You know, that would be an interesting episode sometime.
Oh, God, I've just had no, Giz, do not say what just popped into your head.
As in...
Oh, good God, are you serious? Please don't make me watch this.
Well, no, as in, like, we'd pick some, like, classic Irish pieces of cinema
It sucks
We
so bad.
already did. It's called Grabbers.
There's more than that.
In horror?
The Field. We could do The Field.
what?
That's a fine...
You mean The Hole?
Pete Ulrich.
No,
but,
I don't mean The Hole.
know.
Oh, in that case, I have no idea what you're talking
Although
about.
none of them are horror movies. So I guess we'll have to move on. Anyway.
See, The Hole was a horror movie.
The Hole was a horror movie. Yes, you are correct. But Buzz already looks depressed. Just like, I don't want to watch a fucking movie.
I just got things I have to attend to, so I was thinking, I don't know.
What were the things you needed to attend to? How do I get out of watching this fucking horse movie?
No, I have to give my child his heart medicine.
All right.
And
We'll finish up. Do you?
That's kind of important.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't think it was that kind of thing. I thought it was. Okay.
Yes, I said it
Do you
before
need,
when
do
we
you
were
need to
in
go
the...
now? You can just go now if you need to.
I was like, if we were going to keep talking, I was literally just going to get up and go to it because it does need to be
Do you want
done.
to bounce? And we're only doing the outro now, so if you need to bounce, you can.
I'm fine. We can, as long as we're not going to go.
Just clarify, this is not me doing this in a shitty way. I'm being genuine. If you need to go, this isn't me being like, "Hey, mother."
As long as we're wrapping up, then it's fine.
Okay.
Sometimes it's wrapping up, and then 20 minutes later, we're still talking about.
Yep. I will be quiet.
Okay. Anyway, as is customary on a Sunday night, to go along with our podcast, we're going to be covering something a little bit different this week, as we're going to be not doing like a list of things, but myself and Giz, a movie has been 37 years in the making. I say that loosely, making being a very loose term for what I'm using, but it's called Grizzly 2. It's about a bear. Have you seen Jaws? It's Jaws, but with bears in it, basically. Literally, I'm not joking. It's Jaws, but in the woods with a bear. Anyway, myself and Giz are going to be over on American Horror's 8:30 p.m. CST, whatever that equates to is GMTs, where we're going to be talking about Grizzly and all the original Grizzly movie and all of the crazy shenanigans and weirdness that goes along with the sequel that literally only got released last month. Made in 1983, released in 2021. That's a good turnover for a movie, if you don't mind me saying. But yeah, that's going to be myself and Giz over there. And also, as is customary, myself and the lads have a trailer to do. And also, if you happen to be new to the channel and haven't been here before, there's a like and subscribe button down below. If you could hit the like and subscribe button. Likes would be really nice because it helps people go and, you know, it helps it be recommended to more people and things like that. And subscribe, because you'll find out when we do other very, very long podcasts, because this was a long one. And
fucking Cowboys and
anyway,
Aliens.
Dude, you hit that's the outro line for the fucking goddamn show, because if there was ever something that epitomized this show tonight, it was supposed to be about Firefly. Firefly? It's supposed to be about Firefly. Flurger. Sorry, it was supposed to be about Firefly.
Yeah, mid stroke, mid sentence. Sorry.
Fucking Cowboys and Aliens. We'll just leave it at that. Anyway, from myself, Giz, and Buzz and Carter, we'll catch you all over the weekend. We're going to be talking about some other sort of mad horror bollocks. GoreCast out.
Cameron. Bored. Oh, I just heard about this new movie coming out. It's about like a killer. Yeah, it's about like this killer bear.
Killer bear. I'm dead. What's coming out?
Let's see now. January 2021.
22. That's 37 years from now.
Yes.
That's a rather long release date, isn't it?
Lots of anticipation until it comes out.
Right. Think of it this way, what we could do. We could just go in the stasis shed and just write it out. Is that good? Like, is it supposed to be good?
I don't know. The original apparently was the biggest independent movie of 1976.
Okay, get in the stasis shed.
Stasis shed. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a shed that are used for stasis.
Huh. Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
Not here.
Okay, so this is 2021. Where do I find this movie?
Do you think Captain Forster's around?
He's dead, Giz.
What about Peterson?
Definitely dead, Giz.
Chen?
Dead.
Oh.
Anyway, join myself in the Giz this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to the GMTs. Only on American Horrors, we're going to be reviewing the new movie that we've been waiting 37 years to see, Grizzly 2.
Oh, Kachansky.
She's dead, Dave. I mean, Giz.
Oh.
Don't forget, if you enjoy our Madcap GoreCast horror hijinks, we stream 3 nights a week over on YouTube, Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays, where you can see a little bit of this. Turd spoon, god damn, I knew there was something I wanted to bring up in the... God damn, I don't know what a fucking turd spoon is, but I'm mad to...
Yeah, pretty in-depth.
Most definitely some of this.
With a new 2009 twist. She pulls out of her vagina.
I'll give it to her though, because like, you know how like magicians kind of like do something and they pause dramatically? She took that dramatic pause.
And occasionally some of this.
Our favorite Halloween movies.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast. Yeah, okay, I'm here. I'm back.